Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready. Nuclear missile ready.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the unofficial Code A, helped out by Alpha X and a whole bunch of other sponsors as well. Anyway, guys, I hope you are strapped in because the games are pretty much set up to go already. We've already done the vetoing process. We are being pretty darn professional today. Now, Dynamite and Super is going to be the first best of 5, the burst best of 5. That we're going to be doing here. Hope I'm not going to be struggling too much with words, as I did just wake up about like 30 minutes ago, I should say, not seconds. Alright, they are both ready. I'm not going to let them wait. Not for my own egotistical reasons, wanting to be on camera more for a longer period of time. I could do, but I won't. Alright, I won't. Anyway. Let's get these bad boys in some gaming action, alright, shall we? Dynamite versus Super. Dynamite said he felt very good, actually. Really good, some might say. Huh? Anyway. He said he had a good night's sleep, so that is always a good thing, I suppose. It's going to help you out playing StarCraft 2. You need to be awake, first of all. Second of all, Super kind of said he was feeling so-so. He was feeling so-so, so... well, we're gonna have to wait and see what that is gonna do for him. Anyway, in the bottom right side, we have our first competitor here. He is the blue Terran player. He's a lovely fellow. Always nice to talk to him. If you put your hands together, if you do so desire in your own room, you know, why not? Why not? Let's just go with it. Put your hands together. It's the blue Terran player. He is Dynamite. Currently teamless, by the way. His opponent, though, in the red, he is not teamless. He's the red Protoss. He's known by it's Team LP, right? Oh dear lord. All right, hold up. Professionalism activated here. Okay, Team GP. Sorry. Team GP. I'm gonna remember this. All right, at some point. Anyway, he is Super. One of those people that. Also, almost managed to qualify here for the Code S. Same goes for Dynamite, of course, as all these competitors. They have already competed in the group stages beforehand. If you haven't seen those, well, you've been spoiled officially, as you now know. Well, 2 of the players already of the group that are going to advance. If you haven't been paying attention, then you might not know about the other 2. If you have been looking at the pre-roll screen here with all the faces, then you've been spoiled for both. But hey, who am I to judge, right? Maybe you just like that kind of thing, the kind of anarchy that comes around and about when you're just doing whatever the hell you want to whatever order you want. You don't really care about seeing things in a specific chronological order. Maybe you want to see them later on. You're going to be like, alright, these guys, they played well today. Let me see how they did in the group stages and how they moved onwards here, but who knows. Anyway, Dynamite is just going to go for the Reaper Fast Expand here. His opponent, Super, just doing pretty casual stuff as well, I'd say. Nothing out of the ordinary here. The Adept. Hope that doesn't get stuck there in between the cliffside and the gateway. I don't think it will, right? It shouldn't. It shouldn't. Excuse me. Excuse me. I always forget what my mute button is, guys. I rarely use it, right? Because I just like to talk. And that's when I just cough into the mic because of it. Anyway, this Reaper does manage to get a full skill. Oh, run away from the probe. Probe almost getting that Reaper. So yeah, the Reaper does get a pretty good solid scout here. Is even going to be able to see that Twilight Council. There it is. Okay. You would have to assume Super realized that this is going to be the case, though. That is, in fact, still going to get scouted here. And yeah, that is exactly what just happened. Isn't changing his direction though, but then again, to be fair, the Twilight Council doesn't really tell you that much, right? It kind of gives you a certain indication that certain things aren't happening, which are, well, Stargates, right? Unless if he cancels the Twilight Council, it wasn't that far in builds. Still a possibility. I'm not sure if you saw that Hellion. Shade can't see that far, but was a very quick pull away by Dynamite as well. That Hellion is going to start moving across the map. It's just a single Hellion. You don't see those very often. But they are pretty solid at trying to get rid of those pesky little adepts that are moving across the map here. Alright. As long as they have some support, of course. Oh, this is interesting. Starport with the cloak coming up here. Super is getting himself the blink upgrade. Also, he's getting himself the robotics facility. Now, we saw this from Max Packs actually quite a bit yesterday. I don't know if you guys have seen that best of 9 Max Packs versus Massa. I say yesterday, it was today for most of the Korean folk. But anyway, on the Eastern Hemisphere. It's not a hemisphere, it's the just this place on Earth, geographical location. Anyway, man, I'm on fire today, ain't I? As I was saying, he's going to be able to get a quite easy observer here and shouldn't take too much damage. And these the 4-hit squad of Stalkers into that War Prism, something we saw pretty much every game from Max Packs previously. It worked out great as well. It was kind of like a budget blinking force, basically. But with this, Super is going to get himself to blink as well. So let's see what he's going to be able to get done with those bad boys. Alien in a little bit of trouble. The Banshee does run past here before the scouting pylon actually does get set up. So looks like that might be a problem. More Stalkers did get warped in the main base though. Where are the reinforcements here for Dynamite? All he really has is that siege tank and just a few Marines here. The Banshee is going to help out a bunch as there's no observer here anywhere nearby. The siege tank needs to be utilized here as well. It's just a little bit too far away, unfortunately. Trying to lure those Stalkers into the siege tank range. Is this one going to be able to shoot them? And it looks like the answer is yes. Okay, so 2 siege tanks do manage to do quite a bit here, but at the same time, Dynamite losing a whole bunch of workers. And that Banshee on the other side did get taken out here. Dynamite's not yet capable of really fighting those Stalkers, I suppose, with unsieged siege tanks. Wow, okay, well that's a very solid start here for Super, isn't it? 13 workers killed off that. Hellion also biting the dust there, unfortunately. A whole bunch of Stalkers are moving across here. Now, this could still be a little bit of a thing that turns in the favor of Dynamite because of this. There's no third base, first of all, right? Super is going quite heavy on this attack, committing quite a bit here. And if he loses all these forces without doing too much of himself, that is going to be problematic here. Okay, the Marines are trying to get on top. There was a second siege tank there. And they don't get too many shots off. The Marines, they don't have Stimpack yet, which makes this very, very difficult to deal with. And we're trying to see if Dynamite can actually stay alive here for long enough. The answer's not looking all that good right now for our Blue Terran player. Another 9 workers do go down. The Marines from the high ground being able to almost take down another one of those Stalkers, but not quite. Not quite, unfortunately. And more Stalkers are coming across the map now as Super puts down our third base as well. It's a little bit delayed overall, but I feel like it was definitely worth it as these Stalkers are still quite the threat for Dynamite here. They can just, of course, rotate into that natural base here, and that's exactly what they're doing. Dynamite is going to have to try and run after them. He does have stim now, but, I mean, the Stalkers, they can just blink away if you ever just stim unnecessarily here. And then you don't have the medeffects really to give that support. The bio-infantry units fighting further away, removed from that siege tank, was probably the best of calls, but afterwards does give those Stalkers a little bit of the feeling that they can try to take this fight here. Pretty reasonable fight coming out for Dynamite here, but I mean, it's still just barely not enough. Not targeting down the weakened Stalker here. More Marauders are on the way. You might need to pull more SCVs, and yeah, there it is. It's just going to be a GG. Look at that. We have none other than Bibs again. Mr. Darkside himself in the chat. What's up, my man? What's up, my man? Decided you to just kind of rack your own schedules of sleep, eh? Be a rack at work tomorrow so you can catch these games. Alright, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Let me see what the second map is actually. It's going to be Everdream. Everdream. Which is a lovely map. A wonderful map. Some would say the best of maps. I wouldn't be that one person, but anyway. You're gonna be exhausted tomorrow. Alright, alright. You could have just slept up until this point, watched all of this, and then go back to sleep again as well. That's also a possibility, right? You could have done that. Could have done that. Both players are itching to go again. Man. So let's not keep them waiting. And get things started once more. Second game. Super looked pretty darn impressive there. Didn't really look so-so. Kind of looked, well, yeah, okay. Okay, that's pretty okay. Dynamite. I mean, I feel like he did make the right moves. He just kind of lost the siege tanks there a little bit too quickly. He lost the, he lost a lot of SCVs early on, right? And he was caught off guard a couple of times there as well. The siege tanks took a bit too long to get themselves actually organized on the others, well, on top of the Stalkers, or at least within range of those Stalkers. Anyway, let's just do the introductions, as things are about to spice up rather quickly here, I suppose. In the bottom left, the blue Terran player is Dynamite. In the top right, we have the red Protoss fighting for Team GP. It's grand old Protoss. It's not. Don't take that seriously. Anyway, he is Super, who is moving out with that probe, so he's going to be able to scout this. There's not that much being built on this side of the map here for Dynamite. That means he is going to be able to get himself the Zealot first of all, of course, and then the Cybernetic Skull, trying to get himself some Stalkers up and rolling. Supposed to do pretty darn well against those Marines, of course. He sees that there's no gas either, so I mean, it could be just a proxy command center first somewhere, but that'd be pretty crazy. That'd be pretty crazy. Right, Dynamite wants to try and set up some bunkers here. Although it's going to be difficult as there's no nexus here really to lay siege to. It's still beneficial, of course, to have those bunkers as some sort of a falling back point to retreat from. Oh my god, that SCV is lucky. Right, just targeting down the bunker here are those probes. One SCV does fall, the second SCV in trouble perhaps. Oh boy. Tanking the damage for those Marines like brave little soldiers. But, I mean, those probes, they are doing quite a number on those Marines already. One of them falls and a second one is about to fall as well, I think. Yeah, that is right. Only two Marines now remain and, okay. He's losing so many of them. Oh, another one goes down. He did kill 9 workers, but, I mean, he lost 4 of those initial Marines and now he doesn't have the bunker here. As it did get taken out, and, well, this is rough. This is very rough. Now Stalks are out on the map, and it becomes very difficult for those Marines really to fight against those Stalkers, as the Stalkers are just really good at microing away from those Marines. As most of you StarCraft 2 people know, the Stalker has more range than a Marine, and it's quicker than a Marine, which means you can kite them indefinitely. Alright, this is a little nice surprise though from Dynamite coming in from the other side. Is going to be able to jump on top of these Stalkers and manages to get one of them. The other one very low HP now. That might be a little bit of a big advantage here. A little big advantage, but he still needs to get up on the ramp. Okay, there we go, there we go. SCVs, more of them have been pulled, trying to get this pylon to get destroyed and force the fight on his own terms. He cannot be afforded to just keep running around with that Stalker poking away at a distance, of course, trying to gun down more of those probes. Definitely being able to get some damage done here. And kind of equalizes the worker count, but of course he doesn't still have that much at home. Okay, well, he's coming in again. It looks like, you know what, he is gonna do it. All the probes are down. There's no more money for Super, and GG is called. Dynamite. Oh wait, I forgot to do the score here for Super actually. Let me go back to the game here. There we go. I fixed it. I fixed it. Alright, 1-1. 1-1 is the score right now. Great job. Great job there by Dynamite. A little bit cheeky, but that was a lovely run by with those Marines. Coming back around all the way and surprising those Stalkers from the back. Being able to do quite a bit of damage before Super actually managed to run back again. We are going to be going to take this onto Eternal Empire as our next map. So that is a map that does go a little bit both ways, right? It's one of those maps that likes to kind of play both sides of the spectrum. You do have quite a lot of dead space, which does benefit those medeffects, liberators, stuff like that. But also, of course, it provides some nice cover for that war prism. Pretty reasonable places for blink stalkers to jump up and down. Although it's probably a less good map than Nightshade for those blink stalkers. GG, go. Alright, here we go. The next game. Because Nightshade just has this incredible open space in your main base. And then there is the ramp area towards your natural. But that is just... you can't really be at both those places at the same time. I guess you could say the same a little bit here. If you do have that War Prism, of course, you can just go on the top side of Eternal Empire. You know what? Or the bottom side, depending on where Dynamite is going to spawn. Alright, I guess it's the bottom side. Anyway. Chalk it up to being sleepy here. I forgot to score previously. It's here now. Dynamite, you cheeky little bugger. Anyway, I already said his name. The Blue Terran right here, guys. He's teamless, so do pick him up if you own a StarCraft 2 team. Or if you want to start it in a StarCraft 2 team, make sure to pick him up. Anyway, in the top right side, there's a red Protoss. He's from Team GP, so he doesn't need your team making abilities. Anyway, he is a super. Looks like once again 3 racks coming across the map here. This time again without any gases being taken either so far. Doubt that he will actually at this point. And Super gonna do the same thing here. It's looking like a Max Pax build. It's becoming very, very popular very quickly here. The Danish-Russian youngster making some big waves in the StarCraft 2 community. This is going to be called out every single TVP series now for a long time, I feel like. Solidifying his name in the StarCraft canals of history. Alright, now he sees, alright, you don't have anything here. Now, how is he going to respond to this? He's still just going to try to commit to units at the other side of the map. I mean, if he does get like 1 Zealot out, that's going to be an immense amount of value. But this also, of course, delayed his own Zealot at home quite a bit, as it still is in production right now. That probe needs to get over there, needs to figure out that this SCV is building things here. Well, that's a big pool, actually. That's a lot of work. It's nice mineral walk there from Dynamite. But the bunker still does fall. And this is feeling again a little bit reminiscent of that first game. This time around there is the possibility of counter-aggression. A lot easier for Super here, of course. Marines desperate to try and target down that Zealot here, of course. They really want to try and get that one dealt with as quick as possible. Cybernetic score completed as well. This means we do have that Stalker. The Zealot is alive still as well, causing those Marines to be a little bit more pressured to move backwards here. Ooh, the Zealot is getting low. Come on, target it down. There we go. Nice click on it. Let's get that Stalker as well. And oh my dear lord, the Adept is in the main base here for Dynamite. He's no longer going to be able to mine here any longer, so this is what he's got to work with. This is all he has. He does have a couple of SCVs as well coming through. That's definitely going to help out, but is it going to be enough here? There is a shield battery available as well. That's a big deal. That was not there the previous time around. And Dynamite needs to get on top of these workers here. Once again, the workers, nice mineral walk, getting us around on most of those Marines, and that is gonna be... oh my dear lord, that bunker is close to finishing though. They all get in. They do all get in, but ooh, they even can shoot that gateway here. What happened to this Adept? Okay, the Adept was moving backwards. This is a weird battle. This is one weird battle. So, Dynamite, he is mining a little bit here. Once again, it is 6 workers for him, though, versus 11. And he really needs to get rid of this gateway here before that new Stalker does make an appearance. Those other Stalkers, they are getting quite low. Ooh, he does still manage to squeeze out that Stalker just in the nick of time. Dynamite has lost absolutely everything here, though, in his main base. is no longer going to be able to produce anything more than what he has right now. And yeah, this is getting worse and worse for him. Of course, he's waiting for these SCVs now. Salvage the bunker, so he might be able to get one more Marine out, but it's not going to matter because it's not going to arrive here in time. Okay, the Marine's coming across, trying to target down the shield battery here. He is going to get that, but then again, there's still about as many stocks as there are Marines, and the Marines are all 1 HP. And that's going to be GG here. And Super, yeah. Super managed to grab himself the victory there. A lovely adept coming on the other side of the map there. Just absolutely wrecking the day of Dynamite. That means we're going to go into another game, of course. Let me take a quick peek. And it is going to be Simulacrum. Simulacrum. Alright, Super is on match point now already, of course. We're just flying through these games so far, aren't we? We've been going for 20 minutes. We've had 3 games? 3 games in 20 minutes. Alright, guys. You know what? You wake up early for these pro players, and this is how they treat you. Like, just make it quick so you can get back to sleep again, hopefully. I think that's it, right? Must be it. Anyway, let's see if these players are ready. Gotta scroll down. They are both ready. Okay. Coming up, guys. Game number 4. And let's see if Dynamite can still bring this up to match point. Otherwise, Dynamite is gonna be kicked out here. Maybe you won't be up late. Maybe you just gotta call in sick, Bibs. For the, maybe you just gotta call in sick. Not go to work at all. So you've been stricken down by the COVIDs. Alright, here we go. In the bottom right side, a very nice and awesome to talk to Blue Terran player. He is teamless, and he is Dynamite. Now on match points, 1 point ahead as well. Can he get that final victory right here and now? He is the Red Protoss from Team GP. He is Super. Let's see what he can bring to the table this time around. Dynamite not gonna go for that same build though. It looks like he's managing to contain his SCVs on the other side of the map this time around. He's not gonna be going towards any type of quick harassment. No all in this time. We do see that refinery as well being built here. Did you get the refinery before the barracks, actually? I don't think so, right? It might have been. It may have been, actually. No, I don't think so, actually. No, I think I'm mistaken. Excuse me, what was the first map in the series for Liquipedia? It was... Let me see, we've played Everdream, we've played Eternal, and first... Nightshade, I believe it was Nightshade. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Nightshade. Thank you, Senticorad, for getting on top of things. Liquipedia always got our back, always helping us out with everything. And making casting doable since the start of StarCraft. Well, I guess Liquipedia wasn't there at the start of StarCraft 2, was it? Was it? Has it always been there? Anyway, after that bit of confusion, maybe Senti can tell us that as well. I wasn't that involved at the time. Proby, hello Mr. Proby, coming in. Might be able to get another little bit of pokey damage on that SCV building the command center, but there is a Marine coming out, so might just want to get the heck out of dodge here as the Reaper also coming back in. Just a quick rescout. I guess that is the more important thing to do, honestly. Sees the factory timing, sees what is being built on that barracks, which was nothing at the time. Another Marine, I suppose, is what he knew about. Okay, now let's try to activate my brain cells here and figure out what these bad boys are up to. Twilight Council, once more for Super. I haven't seen the robotics facility just yet, so I don't think it's going to be the same builds, right? As we saw the Robo coming down a little bit earlier in that game number 1. Well, he did go for the... oh, okay, well, it is blink again. It could still be, right? Maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe that robo was a little bit later than this. It could be. Getting the wall off here as well. I'm really new guy when it comes to Liquipedia. Ah, in StarCraft 2 as well. Okay. Well, welcome to the family, my man. Welcome to the best goddamn game in the universe. As they say with every gaming community. But we really mean it. Alright, nice lovely nading there. Getting his Reaper and his Alien up into this mineral line here. He did get one kill. Ooh, missing a shot there. Oh, that could have been quite a nice one actually. Maybe getting a couple more of those probes. With slightly better targeting. I mean, he did get 2 more shots in. After a lot of them already were bruised up. You need 3 of those shots to kill probes. And, well, as we saw, there were quite a couple. Like 3 or 4 more. Maybe that got shot the first time around too. Forgetting his payloads here. He gets scouted immediately as well. Unfortunate. Unlucky. Overall. Yeah, he does spot it, and now he's just reacting to it marvelously. I mean, he's getting blink as well, right? So it's going to be quite easy for him to catch up with his medevac over here. Although it has gone out of vision range again, back into that fog of war. Super is trying to see this coming through. He sees it on the mini-map right now. Let me see if he's responding to it. I think he might be. But I think Dynamite also, in turn, saw that Stalker there, so... might be hesitant to really go in at the moment. Which is the wise choice to do. Alright, third base coming down for Super here. And... what is Dynamite doing? Okay, he's just adding in a lot of Marauders here. Plus the Combat Shield +1, Stim Pack as well. This is going to be some sort of a timing attack. And that's going to be very powerful against this Stalkers, actually. Mixing in a whole lot of Marauders right from the get-go. I'm really digging this full Dynamite. As we are seeing this game moving onwards to a later part of this of the match. Although, of course, if he does get caught out here with those Marines and Marauders on all the way over there, that might be a problem. With these Stalkers that are going to jump up into the main base here. Oh, dear Lord. Putting the Marauders actually in the bunker there as well. Stim Pack not done yet. Combat Shield not done yet. Oh, he needs those Marauders. Okay, now all 4 Marauders are here. That was a long and nasty fight there for Dynamite for a while. Well, he does get 3, almost getting 4 Stalkers there. Definitely worth it. And I know, Bibs, I know. Stalkers, they seem very strong, but then when you try to utilize them yourself, they seem not that strong anymore. Becomes less impressive. Okay, the Widowmine drop looks like it is trying to find some damage here. So far has been unsuccessful, but you know what, here 3 workers in total. Did he kill some other workers before as well? Oh no, what's with the Hellion, I guess? Huh, I don't know. Let's chuck it up to the morning breeze as strolling through my window. Trying to still get all the dust out of my eyes here that Mr. Sandman put there. Right, Stalkers once again looking like they are gonna jump right on top of this opportunity as the infantry units once again a little bit further away removed than they should be. They are jumping after this though. Ooh, a lot of those Stalkers getting caught down with their pants down. Not managing to get the blink up the ramp and a quick pull up from those supply depots. And now Super, he did lose quite a couple of those Stalkers, but still has 3 Stalkers in. Oh, he blinks forwards. What in the what? Should have another blink pretty soon, right, to get out of there. He's not doing it, though. Gonna lose more Stalkers here, for sure. Alright, and I guess it's because he's losing more probes as well at home. Dynamite doing a wonderful job right now. I wanted to say marvelous, but I also wanted to say wonderful. And then Marvelful became a thing. Marbleful. I hope nobody's trying to take English lessons from me right now. Any Koreans that might be watching. Alright, there's the charge coming up as well. Now, Dynamite, of course, I mean, he did hold his own there for a reasonable amount of time. He killed off a lot of probes. He's in a good spot here. The one thing that concerns me is this third base. It does definitely feel quite delayed. And, oh, this is another reason, another cause for concern here. Oh, it does get burrowed. Not the greatest of connections, though. Unfortunately. Dynamite could have retargeted that one for a little bit longer, but then again, you always run under the risk that, you know, at any point an observer might come in, and then you're not going to get any shots off whatsoever. Wonderfully used, though, by Super, though. Wonderfully targeted, and very well split up here. More Widowmine drops into the main base, as we are seeing here. Getting another fine full probes. As an Adept is making life difficult on the other side of the map, forcing the entire army of Dynamite to retreat. That is no bueno. And needs to get on top of that one as quickly as possible. Upgrades here for Super are really on point, honestly. +2/+2 already on the way. Every time when Dynamite does move out, Super is completely aware, which means he's going to be able to do this pressure here, knowing that there's not much in the main base of Dynamite to really deal with this. Although Dynamite is moving backwards. No, he's not anymore. Hesitant. And in come those Zealots. This is going to be rough, guys. This is definitely going to be rough. Quickly pulling away with those SCVs. Trying to get some sort of a defense mounted here. 5 workers do die there. More Zealots from the top as well. Demolishing the worker line here so far for Dynamite. Dynamite might want to consider putting up some turrets here. I know turrets are a fool's kind of building, right? Not something a lot of people do. This is a very impressive bioforce, though. No, the force fields are good. Are they good enough? I think they might be. I think with a good spread, with a actual good pathway of where you could engage here for Dynamite, he probably would have been okay here. He could have taken on that fight in a better environment, better overall location to fight. This is a pretty good one. With the Blink Stalkers jumping on top of this. The Zealots, as you can see, having a lot of difficulty here, getting a solid fight going. Dynamite trading out very efficiently here in those tightly squeezed corners. A lot of his bio is capable of laying down the pressure, but at the same time he is losing more works at home due to the Zealot harassment. It's just coming in continuously. Did the War Prism actually get killed off? Right, War Prism did die here. But at the same time, these Medifex, they already got spotted. There's no response so far, though, from Super. He doesn't have any Blink Stalkers anymore. Okay, there they are. There they are. Never mind. He has them. Yes, he's fine, guys. He's fine. Unclench those butt cheeks as we are going into a little bit more of a relaxed period here in this game now. He is aware of the Colossus, so that is a big deal, right? So he can already start the production of the Vikings. +3/+3. Nice and early here for Mr. Dynamite as well, as the Ghost Academy already available. So his tech is pretty good. Definitely pretty solid here. His work account also, you know what? Pretty darn good. It's going to come down, I feel like, to whoever is going to be able to secure themselves a 4th base here. Or is going to be able to land more damage on that economy. There's the 4th base that is going to be produced by Dynamite. Of course, the advantage is that you don't have to put it on location. Super doing the same thing here. Templar Archives also being added into the mix. Another Widowmine drop coming through the bottom side here. As a Zealot is checking out whether or not there's a base here. So he needs to, you know, reconfirm the intel of that observer there. You can never trust an observer, guys. You never know. I'm loving this, though. The Viking placement. As you're not having that big fight, you might as well try to get some work done with those Vikings. And do so by just... oh, that's unfortunate. The Widowmines do die, but Dynamite is smart and pulls away with the medevac. And like I said, yeah, so these Vikings very good at now zoning away any medevac or War Prism harassments from this side. Another tiny little drop checking in. Did they see the expansion? They did not see the expansion just yet. There's now the +3 armor for Super coming in, as well as the shield upgrades. It's going to help out those Archons quite nicely. Storm also in production. A good amount of High Templar are available already, but the enhanced shockwaves as well. Now about to complete. Here comes the 4th base of Dynamite. Looks like he does want to make that a planetary fortress. Alright, overall, I'm still digging Dynamite's position, but that doesn't mean that he's won this one already. Still a lot can happen here. Good storms, great storms. A good amount of Colossi just being able to absolutely obliterate a half the portion of those Marines if Dynamite is not careful with his placements. Everything still to play for. Those Vikings need to get good shots. It does definitely become a micro war here as they are both coming close to that. Ooh, run away with that. Reasonable EMP first and foremost. Where are those High Templar? Did that? Oh my god, he shot down the War Prism with 4 High Templar in it for absolutely free. There it is. 4 of those completely destroyed, devastated there. Man, Super in a bit of trouble now because of that. And I thought that was going to be a lot closer of a fight, but I suppose if you just one-shot that War Prism with 4 High Templar in there, there's not much else that Protoss can do at that point in time. That is an insane amount of gas immediately lost. 10 workers did got down at the same time, but does it really matter as the army of Dynamite now going forward? He's smelling blood, he comes in. The Vikings take down all those Colossi before the Disruptors actually arrive here, and there's still so much remaining for Dynamite. Just needs to get on top of those Disruptors. In he comes. This could be it, guys. And we're gonna have a game number 5 with Dynamite being able to... Well, actually, another warping. Hold on, guys. Hold on. He hasn't dealt actually game-ending damage just yet. It is 26 army supply versus 72, but most of that supply is, of course, in medevacs. And on the other side of the map here, a nice, great pickup, dodging the Disruptor, and there it is. Okay, GG is called. Super taps out. And Dynamite takes us home to a game number 5 here. Wonderfully done there. That is the game that I was hoping to see. Man, that War Prism definitely a extreme deciding factor there in the series. Very, very unfortunate for Super, and that means we're gonna go into Zen, one of the map choices of Dynamite. So a little tiny advantage here in the final map that is going to be played. Yes, we are live, man. We are live as can be. Alpha X Korean. I don't know. Is that Potato? Is that you, Potato? Who do we have? That is I know Mage isn't. He's Chinese. Yeah, we were supposed to start 2 hours later on. But because that is the tournament happening, we need to be ready already. Anyway. Looks like both of them are itching to go, and let's just get this game started for them. Let's get this train rolling down the track. In game number 5, not 7. Hopefully we're gonna get to game number 7 in the finals. That'd be pretty cool. Anyway, yeah, TSL is happening right today as well. Are those the qualifiers? Am I supposed to be casting that as well? I'm not sure. I might be. I'm not good with scheduling, guys. That is not my strong suit. Not my strong suit at all. Anyway, in the top right side, we have the Teamless Terran just barely hanging on there by a thread for a while. And you know what? Getting a wonderful engagement. Anyway, he is the Blue Terran Teamless right now. He is Dynamite. In the bottom left, we have the Red Protoss. He is fighting for Team GP. He is Super. Oh, Nelly. Oh, boy. Cheeky, cheeky. Super coming in hot with the max packs. Alright. Alright, sir. It's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough. Oh, but Dynamite's adding in a second barracks here. How does he... Oh, Maybe he's expecting some sort of a max packs build here. If he does go for double Reaper, I believe that is pretty reasonable, especially against the start of this, as there will be a Zealot being made first, right? On this gateway, if I'm not mistaken. There's one Reaper. Super looking around. Now, gonna try to block that command center that is not yet gonna be built. Second SCV also moving across the map now. There only being one SCV here is a little bit of a sign, and also, of course, another one of the signs is a supply depot. Another one of the signs is that he didn't put down his command center a little bit downwards. Okay, there's the Reaper. Reaper. Ooh, he gets the scout as well. Look at that. Gonna move backwards again. There is a Stalker, actually, first and foremost. He is gonna try to make a lot of Reapers here, but not quite sure if that is gonna matter too much. Two Reapers here. Stalker here. I'm not quite sure. Maybe the Reapers do think they are going to get a lot of work done on the other side. There is an adapt already being created, though. Pew! Pew, pew. Reapers do kind of sound like they have snipers, don't they, in a way? Pew! Pew! It's kind of like that. Anyway. Lovely sounds, lovely sounds. So, yeah, Dynamite does manage to not take too much hurt on this economy here. Now it's going to be able to get rid of that gateway there as well. And see what the follow-up is going to be here for Super. It is going to be Blink. Adding in a shield battery as well back at home. And Dynamite does have that secondary base almost ready. As we only just now have that Nexus coming down for Super. So a very nice start here for Dynamite. There's another probe coming across though. Let's see where he is going to go towards. Looks like he just wants to get another scout off to see whether or not Dynamite is committing to a one base or if he is going to add a expansion here is what I'm assuming we're going to be seeing here. Shield battery making life difficult for... Oh, nice mine. Keeping that Reaper just barely alive. Run away! Oh, man. Okay, well. Guess Brodel's dreams do come true as well. True, actually, a player that we're going to be seeing shortly here as well. Ooh, alright, well. There's only one Reaper left now. Gonna have to make do with that command center on the low ground. Alright, actually putting down a pylon here. Not just gonna go for the rescout with that probe. He's in fact putting down some possibility for aggression. As Dynamite is gonna be able to get that rescout actually. Sees the Robo, sees the Twilight Council with that Chrono on top of it. And with this amount of Stalkers, oh, not paying attention. One of them immediately taken down. A very good start here. Where is this bio going? They are coming around. There's no repair on that bunker just yet, but this infantry could definitely lock these Stalkers in here. Oh, right. A quick blink away. Just not in time here. Super just barely running out of there. It seemed like he knew this was coming, but... yeah, if the infantry managed to position themselves here, no matter where he would have blunked, it would have been pretty much on top of that infantry army. Instead, just in the nick of time, those Stalkers managed to get the heck out of dodge there. Now more of them do make their appearance. There's the siege tank here, though. Don't go up this way, Super. That is not the way you want to go. The siege tank moving backwards a little bit. I really like this from Dynamite. It seems a little bit easier for those stocks to run in from this side and just blink right on top of it. Now, it being a little bit more tricky to do so with this bunker zoning out. He will take more damage from those units before he actually gets on top of the siege tank and manages to get a pick off here. Also, of course, he's going to be really committed with that amount of Marines also being there. Okay, it looks like he is transitioning out of this, though. Robotics Bay behind this. Getting Zealot Charge as well. I wouldn't be surprised to see a third base coming down pretty soonish from Super here. There it is. And there it is. And there it is. Okay. Right, still got it, guys. Still got it. Third base for Dynamite a little bit earlier here. Of course, it's still going to have to fly over there. So not too bad. Not too bad here for either of these players. Dynamite's work account is very solid, though. Usually, you want to see the Protoss quite ahead on that work account there. So, that one Marine. How often do you see that happen? Anyway, yeah, of course, the Chrono is a big thing here for the probe production. It has mostly been used probably to get more stocks out on the map, though, trying to get damage dealt. As there is a drop coming in here. Looks like he's going around very far on the map, trying to avoid those observers. But what he doesn't know is that there was already an observer right on top of his army here. So no matter where he went, it's already scouted in a way. The Stalker's checking for that third base. And Dynamite positioning himself in a way where he will be getting the location safely secured for that third base to fly over there. Now, the Colossi are here. There's also some sentries. Should be more than capable of handling a single full Marine drop here. And if not, well, then they need to buff Colossi, because that would be ridiculous. Yeah. Alright. There we go. Blink stocks now also coming in. Two more being warped in here. And yeah, it's a bit of a sacrificial ball of Marines there, unfortunately for Dynamite. But he is moving out. He might be able to get some work done with this one. Would have loved to have that medevac wait a little bit longer before until this actually arrives here and starts trying to get some work done. Siege tanks in a pretty reasonable position. Got pretty close before they got forced to siege up here. Four siege tanks still sieged up. This is quite a committal for Super to try and take the fight here. Is it going to be enough? There's Colossi. They are getting lower and lower. Most of the gateway force is already gone. There's Bio stimming forward, getting on top of them. Yeah, that was definitely a bit of an overcommittal. Those siege tanks already sieged up, and I'm not quite sure what Super saw in that sense. But it was definitely not a good thing to get the fight, or take the fight there. No, I mean, Dynamite 66 army supply versus 21, that is very solid. And once again, most of it is still on the other side of the map as well here, although those Stalkers absolutely obliterated by the siege tanks. I think Dynamite may be doing this, guys. He's getting closer and closer. Doing a wonderful job so far. More Marauders coming in here. So many medevacs as well to keep those units alive. Every time Super wants to go anything, he really has to commit for it, like we saw there. And GG is called. Dynamite takes it. Game number 5. Coming back from the clutches of defeat there. And Super, unfortunately for him, is going to go down here in a blaze of glory. Almost being able to take on Dynamite. But unfortunately for him, Dynamite just too gosh darn good. And being able to move on through to the finals there. And that means we're going to go into match number 2. Which of course is True versus Zaun. Right, Zaun versus True. Lovely stuff, lovely stuff. Anyway, guys, also, I want to do a shout out here to one of our sponsors. It's a new sponsor, actually. I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's actually a Red Bull thing right there, as you can see. I don't know how we tricked them into sponsoring us, but it happened. So let's just let's just be happy about that one. Anyway, we know. Oh, sorry. Let's restart that one. Okay, shall we? Take two. We all know Red Bull gives you wings, and right now they're also giving us the Age of Empires 2 tournaments with a €20,000 prize pool to boot. That is quite a lot of money. There are still a few registration slots available for the second qualifier of this tournament, and the deadline to get signed up is 6 p.m. April 24th. So you really got to hurry up with that one. Definitely get that sorted if you still want to try to qualify. Go check them out, guys. And let me take a look further on. There's still a little bit more here to add on this. April 30th, there is the finals on Sunday, May 3rd. Oh, wait, no, sorry. The main events are on Thursday, April 30th, and the finals are on Sunday, May 3rd. Enter for a chance to play against the top 8 players from Hidden Cup 3 and snatch a chunk of that prize pool. Check out their sponsor quests as well on our event page, which is the Matcherino page, to get more details. And don't forget to subscribe to that Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/Red Bull, to catch the action. And here it is, guys. Just taking a quick glance over to that Red Bull Wololo tournament here. Lovely stuff, lovely stuff. Age of Empires 2 tournament, 20,000 smackaroos on the line here. That's a lot of money participation, so you can still sign up. You need to hurry up, though. It's important if you want to do this to do it right now. Also, we have the Matcherino page over here, which is also linked in the thingamajig. I'm pretty sure we have the... Right, we don't have this linked over here. So yeah, if you wanna join this one, actually, we might just want to put a link in the chat. So let me put that over there for the tournament for Age of Empires. That is in the chat right now, guys. And over here we have the Matcherino page, of course. That the codes have been used up. But if you live in America, you can help us out in another way. You can add another $1 for free to this prize pool. All we need you to do is text Gamer2 to this number right here. And then you will add another $1 to the prize pool, first of all. Now, the thing is, afterwards, you can just text stop as well, right? If you text stop afterwards to the same number, you're not going to be on any sort of a call listing or anything of the sorts. So just make sure to text Gamer2, first of all. Get that $1 added to the prize pool if you are in the United States of America, and get that stuff sorted. And of course, there are still other quests to do as well. Lovely stuff, lovely stuff. Also, the replay pack is a possibility, right? If you want to get all 3 days, all the 3 full days of StarCraft 2 goodness, then definitely make sure to check this one out. And voila, you'll be able to get all those replays right from the bat. After this series is completed, we'll have all these replays set up as well. All right, guys. With that out of the way. With that out of the way, let me take a look at what these players want to be playing here. Let me get rid of Dynamite here. Invite Zaun, invite True as well. Okay. Guys, game number 1 between these two players. It looks like they've picked for Simulacrum. A safe wall. And you know what? Zaun bringing in some of the juicier maps. Golden Wall and Purity also on the menu if we do get to game number 4 and game number 5. I'm pretty sure we'll get to game number 4, right? I'm pretty sure one of these players will be able to take a map if they are about to get steamrolled here. I don't think this will be a 3-0 is what I'm trying to say. So... Sol? What's a Sol? I don't know what's happening. They're talking. They're saying go as well, though, but... 5-5. Alright, we got it. Game number 1. Zound versus True. On the menu. Let's see what they have in store for us today. Here we go. Blammo. We have a blue Zerg fighting for Psystorm Gaming. He is none other than True. In the top left side, there is the red Protoss. Fighting for Alpha X, he is Sound. Now, of course, True, he did get into Code S here. So, potentially one of the stronger horses to put your money on. But then again, Sound, his PVZ is pretty darn impressive too. Now, you might be wondering, why are we letting a guy from the Code S into the Code A tournaments? Well, it's partly because he is gonna go to the military very soon. And that is why we want to have these guys, you know, well, this man in another tournament here. We want to catch him all the games that we can before he actually leaves. Translate the game chat. Alright, well, I mean, I wish I could, alright. I can't. I just don't know how. And there's no auto translates on, in StarCraft, is there? Is there? Is there? I don't think there is. Anyway, that would be great actually. Just have like an automated Google Translate detecting the language and then just automatically translating in-game. Ah, that'd be nice. That would be nice. Anyway, very standard openings from both these players. A little drone ski moving over towards that third base. He's going to get that nice and early here before he gets himself the queens. Lovely stuff, lovely stuff. And Sound now realizing, oh, well, alright, can't block that anymore, can I? No, sir, you cannot. And, okay. Well, next up will be, of course, Sound's tech choice here. And we're gonna have to keep our eyes on. You know what? I'm gonna give it a good bet, and I think he's gonna put down a Twilight Council. I think he's gonna go for Adept Glaives here. I guess I could copy it. Oh, please. Oh, please. Who do you think I am? Some sort of magician of Google Translate quickness and copy pasting. Come on, man. You know that's not the case. I'm about as useful with this type of stuff as a broom is at eating soup with, alright? First Adept coming in hot. Might be able to get that the creep tumor, trying to target it down. I think he missed it there a couple of times, unfortunately, hitting the queen instead. It's a nice positioning there from True, making sure that that isn't going to be able to get gunned down as easily. We also have a robotics facility on the way here, so no upgrades just yet from this Twilight Council. Alright, there it is. I want to see that being chronoed out, of course. As the Robo is going to allow for a Warp Prism to facilitate movements and mobility to those Adepts as well at the same time. We are still going to need to see a Queen on this third base. There's a Roach Warren as well being created here by True. And he is pretty aware, right, that there is just Sound on 2 base and that this is a very, very popular build right now. I'm not sure how much True has been paying attention to Sound's games. But this is just his game. I don't know what's called. This is just what he does, right? This is what he's known for, to me anyway. This is how he got most of his PvZ success. How he beat Sue, how he beat a lot of other of those great high-level Zergs from Korea. With the help of these builds. You have a new question. You know how Zerg can drop a fake Marine against Terran? Do they have a similar thing for Protoss? Yeah, man. It's the Changeling. They can even do it against other Zerg players, right? So, what they do, the Overseer, they can drop a Changeling. The Changeling runs into any type of base, and then the first unit that they see from a different player, that's an enemy, right? They will change into the basic unit of. So, either a Marine, Zealot, or a Zergling. Well, this is getting rather tense, isn't it? Let's see if they are going to shade on out of here. I would assume they will. There we go. Okay, there's still a couple of roaches here waiting for him, but still quite a good amount of those workers are going to go down, and more adepts coming in here now. Coming in hot, but the roaches are still there. A little bit of a mistake in identity, perhaps, but 13 workers do kill. 14 workers. Alright, that is quite a lot of workers getting killed off. Now coming in with those stocks as well. Is he going to try to gun down overlords here next? He's going to be able to kill this one. Killing off creep tumors as well. Going back in that war prism. There's already roaches here in the main base as well. But look at our worker count. 36 versus 45 here. Sound with a third base on the way. We are seeing drones in the production tab for True, so that means he isn't going to go all in with this. Oh, those adepts just barely not in time to get in between the mineral fields or the pylon and the things here. So they do get surrounded and very easily killed by those Zerglings. A little bit of trouble. A little bit of trouble in my lab. Okay, well, Stalkers need to be careful too. More adepts being warped in, trying to get rid of all these Zerglings here. Looks like they are finally going to get cleaned up. But they traded pretty efficiently. Now, pretty efficiently is nice. But you need more, though. You need more for if you are in True's shoes at the moment. Okay, well, I mean, what else? What else can we say about this? Those Stalkers are doing quite a dent here in the overall creep spread of True. The Observer manages to get out of there as well. Would love to see these creep tumors over here get cleaned up as well. But overall, look at this. There's just one single creep tumor over here. And this little pathway of creep as well. That leads to absolutely nowhere. That is very rough. Oh, there you have it. There's the changelings transforming into zealots. As you can see, they're not true zealots, are they? No, sir. No, sir. Alright, and more Zerglings coming across. That's more than enough this time around, though. More than plenty to hold off against something like this. But then again, it looks like True is being patient with them. Waiting to see something moving out here. Some sort of a sign that shows that he can go in with those units. Although, you know what? Why wait, right? Why wait? Why let a good thing hold on? And he, well, I guess he killed 2 probes there. That's not a lot. It's not a lot, especially considering you just lost 7 workers of your own on the other side of the map here. Now the follow-up is going to be the Mutalisk harassment, it looks like. For True, we are seeing cannons being created here. It's at the 3rd base mainly. Also adding them into the main base now. So did he see this spire actually on the way? Well, I guess he saw... Where was the spire again? Oh, it's... yeah, okay, so he did see the spire, alright. I got a little bit concerned there. I was like, how did he know? That's crazy. Alright, anyway. Moving in here, a lot of sentries, stalkers, and immortals. On the other side, we have the roaches, the zerglings. Quite a plentiful force. Maybe if they get a good surround on top of those sentries and the immortals, they might be able to make something work here. But if he fights on a ramp like this, that is going to be the end of the game, pretty much. Sound still trying to open it up a little bit more so. It's because he has so many units at the moment. Ravagers, a panic Ravager, trying to get a possibility to get rid of those force fields here. They do succeed in getting created. The Mutalisk now also joining in here. But Mutalisk not that great at the straight up fight. Is it still going to be enough though? The Stalkers trying to get rid of those Ravagers. Oh dear lord. I think maybe perhaps True just barely has enough here. It looks so like it, yeah. With the reinforcements coming in, more links as well. I think there weren't enough adepts here with against the amount of links that Zaun was facing in this moment in time. And losing a massive portion of his army here. If we take a look as these stocks and the War Prism are being chased down, that is quite an advantage here for True. And after taking so much damage, taking quite a beating in the economy department, Zaun overcommits for an attack, which he had no business trying to achieve anything with. Unfortunately, And now might get punished because of this. A lot of banelings on the way. Let's see what they can get done. No more sentries. There's 3 more sentries. They just have been warped in though. So this could spell trouble. Baneling speed. Oh, baneling speed still very far removed though. So this might be a mistake from True. I think he actually expected baneling speed to be up already. He doesn't have it though. So now he's just stuck here with a whole lot of banelings. He's waiting for more forces to arrive though. Just gonna go for it. A big all-in attack. Might be a good call. Is he still gonna wait for baneling speed? He might be. Okay, so... is he though? I don't think so anymore. Alright, those slow banelings coming closer and closer to the adepts. And those are pretty good connections, even especially for slow banelings actually. Now there are still more than enough blink stalkers to hold their own though. And Sound does manage to force back True here. And you got to take into consideration baneling speed. If that was there, those banelings would have been able to do so much more damage. A lot less of them would have been able to escape. Or would have been able to get connections that worthy of the power of the Zerg. But unfortunately, it just wasn't really there. Not really finding much of anything. Just a couple of those sentries and adepts after they already managed to get a good amount of shooting in. The 4th base of True has been established, is mining here. Overlord drop is coming in as well. Interesting to see what he's going to be doing with this. Only 3 Mutalisk on the map so far, so he has kind of given up on that Mutalisk harassment idea here, I believe. I think that's the right call, as Sound is still moving forwards. And as we said before, the Mutalisk not that great at a straight up fight, so if you want to try to finish off your opponents, why go for those Mutalisk? But maybe, perhaps those Mutalisk would have been a lot more capable of trying to deal with the forces here, or at least with the economy of Sound, and try to get the edge that way. Now instead, Sound once more on this side of the map, getting a counter-aggression going for himself, and True in a whole lot of trouble. That is just a whole bunch of Protoss stampeding towards your 3rd base. Those Biles need to get great connections as well. The banelings are right, coming in hot here. Not that many banelings remaining anymore. They're all gone. Stalker's still here. Also, those adepts, they do a massive amount of damage against those Ravagers here. The Biles trying to get good. Oh my god, the dodge. Just in the nick of time. 15 workers do go down already. This base looks like it will get destroyed. I don't think you need to target this one down actually. Sound. You can just take this fight, my man. You can just take the fight and win this straight up. Easy peasy. Is trying his best to do so, and there it is. The hatchery does fall. And now we should have ourselves a GG, right? I think this is GG. How can you ever come back from this being True? And there it is. Alright. Sound taking game number 1. Putting himself up on the board. Alright, lovely stuff there. True, losing that first game. You know what, I was a little bit on the, I was a little bit worried on the side of worriness when I did see that massive army full Sound overcommitting there a little bit. And trying to get some work done on the wrong side of town. Let's take a look. Our next map is Eternal Empire. But yeah, just in the nick of time, Sound being able to recreate the army here and being able to sort things out. Just barely though, honestly. Right, you know what, I should probably write this order down somewhere. But, you know what, I'm not going to. Go. Alright. Here we go. Game number 2. Sound and True will be victorious. I mean, True did look very strong still there. After taking that much economic damage, he still managed to hold on against that attack rather convincingly. He read that situation correctly. I think that attack as well was in the right neighborhood as well of planning, right? Going for the big counter with all those drones. Definitely a worthy try and attempt, but just wasn't enough, especially without the baneling speed being created there. With that many banelings, you need to have that bailing speed. And so many more of those bailings are going to get the connections that you need, especially in those tightly packed quarters that Zaun found himself in. Alright, in the top right side, we have the Blue Zerg. Fighting for sight, Storm Gaming, he is true. In the bottom left side, we have the Red Protoss. Fighting for Alpha X, he is Sound. Alright. Just gotta lubricate my vocal cords here a little bit, I believe. To ensure that I will stay alive here throughout the cast. Okay, well, still in the early morning. Ooh, fancy. Gotta love seeing those light shows from those probes, right? They're all electricians, and they all suck at their job. I'm trying to get some circuitry going here, but all they're doing is electrocuting the hatchery. A very solid start here for True, though. I mean, he got this one after actually going for the hatchery at his own base, so not something you very often see. But it worked out here. Very, very well done. And you have to start to wonder if there is some sort of a way where the Protoss can kind of stop this from happening, right? Where they are capable of just kind of keeping a single probe on that expansion there up until the moment when they can throw down their own Nexus. Because that is quite a big delay, of course. Koreans in chat talking like they are match fixing. Okay, well, usually we do have a Korean mod in the chat. But you know what? We might need to look into getting some more. And then, to be fair, I'm sure they're just people that are betting, right? And then, I mean, you can never have the wrong bets, right? It's kind of like gaming and then blaming the team, in a way. When you're trying to bet on sport matches or esport matches, I wouldn't do it, guys. Betting is a ridiculously stupid thing to do, right? Anyway. Sorry anyone that's listening, but that's my opinion on the case. It's fun though, it's fun. Do it responsibly if you are gonna do it. Anyway, yeah, so if you see a player doing the wrong thing here, you're gonna feel like you're right. That is he is throwing. This in no way could be his best play, because I know what his best play is, and I saw that he would win this series. Betting to esports is illegal in Korea. Alright, well, that's a fun thing. Still being done though, isn't it? Just don't do it to esports, alright? Just do it in a casino. Or some, is casinos legal in Korea? I have to look into this. Anyway. Drones towards it. This is an interesting third base location, actually, right? I guess there was a probe that was kind of blocking that third base over here in the regular position. Now we have Zaun coming over with a War Prism for a depths in there. He does have the glaive upgrade once again. And this might be difficult as there's no creep in between here to really rotate your forces properly. That's a lot of adapts. There's not enough units here to really help out this situation. True, a little bit woefully unprepared. A little woefully unprepared here. Shading full. He should cancel those shades. Yeah, that's right. Did he not see those drones? I don't think he's aware of those drones moving over there. He's just going to try to gun down this hatchery here, and it might actually work quite well. Drones coming back now. It's the wrong time, Mr. Drones. Maybe just trying to buy time, actually. It does a fall. And the shades here are going to be taking place right over towards that natural base. And please pause. Please pause. True needs to do a PP. Okay, well, that is rough. That's very rough. That's a very rough start here for True. Okay, well. All right. Well, actually. We're gonna wait here for a moment. Just take a look. Look at this beautiful 3D scenery here. A lot of stuff happening. So we have a nice explosion here. This could be the. This could be like one of those. How do you call it? Things on YouTube. The banners. I forgot the name. I forgot the name. Anyway. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. It's definitely not looking good. For True. Sound here. Pretty dominant. I think True is just, he's just checking his bank account. So, he's going to grab some type of a drink here. Trying to calm his nerves. Let's see if he's okay. I don't think he's okay. Maybe that's the wrong question. But maybe the wrong question to ask. Interesting. Interesting. Well, I said I wasn't expecting a 3-0, but right now, things not looking all that good. True in some trouble. True love. I don't understand what he means with that. But maybe he loves True. And he's proclaiming it to be true love. Well, this is awkward. What is he doing? Oh, there he is.
Game
there we go. Both are ready. Off we go again. I don't think much can happen anymore here for True. But maybe he like looked up a quick replay or something of Sound and he was like, alright, what does he do after this? How do I deal with this? Has anybody ever dealt with this? Because I don't know how. I don't know what to do anymore in this situation. Trying to scour the internet for some sort of a replay where he can figure out how to hold against this. He's not going to find one. Not from this point onwards anymore. Anyway. After losing a base, after losing 17 workers. It's one option really. Is to try and just go for an all-in here. And that's what he's doing. He's making a lot of roaches. He's making a lot of lings. He needs to kill off these depths. First and foremost, and then just go for the offensive. But it's not looking good. It is not looking pretty at all whatsoever. Those two adepts in the main base still, of course, capable of one-shotting any drone. Going into the natural though. Okay, well, there are the adepts. having to be picked up again. But, what do you do at this moment in time? I think True just royally messed that one up here a little bit. Royally a little bit. I always like to just contradict myself for some reason. I don't know how it happens. I guess I don't want to go too overboard with my statements in a way. Or like, I have a fear of committal, probably. That's probably the case. I feel like I want to say something is absolutely royally in trouble. And then I'm like, but what if he turns it around and I'm wrong? So let's put a little in there as well. Vials could do a lot here, to be fair, but the force fields are doing a lot more. So are those immortals. Yeah, GG. GG is called. And we're gonna go into game number 3. This is not looking all too well for our Zerg player here in the blue. Definitely getting caught with his pants down, with his hand in the cookie jar, with his sausage in the mousetrap. Alright, Everdream going to be game number 3 here. I really hope True's going to be able to get a victory here, as the next game will be Golden Wall. My favorite one. I promised the game before. I thought I would be, but to be fair, True is feeling a little bit off today. Definitely feeling a little bit off today. Right. They are both wanting to go. Right. True, we need to see him win this one if we want to see a game number 4 or a game number 5 for that sense. But you know what? A Dynamite Zone finals is looking more and more likely as we are going into the, well, potential final game between True and Zaun here. With Zaun just absolutely on a tear. And True just kind of waddling behind the rest of the wagon here. Missing the boat completely. He's trying to hit a nail on the head with a hammer, and he's just hitting his thumb like 3 times in a row here. Well, 2 times, I suppose. Anyway, maybe it's going to become 3 times. He is the Blue Zerg. He is Psystorm Gaming's True. In the top right, the red Protoss, the Alpha X member. He is Zaun. Alright, we have to take into consideration that, I don't know what we have to take in. Let's just hope that, let's just hope Drew does something well here. Gets himself a victory. Zaun is one of the up-and-comers, to be fair. Definitely looks like True has the tiger by his tail right now. It's one of those situations you don't not want to find yourself in. I managed to get this block off once again here with that hatchery on this natural base. Didn't help him last time though, unfortunately. Kinda just caused those adepts to come in a lot earlier than he was expecting them to. See if he does it this time around. Guys, by the way, for anyone still around, we do still have the Meteorino page as well. So if you want to contribute, if you want to get the replay packs, definitely go check out that Meteorino. As we're watching this hatchery getting knocked down pretty soon. And transforming into an Evo chamber here. Man, remember the first time we saw that happen? Actually, that was like brain-meltingly awesome. When we were like, wait, what? He made a Evo chamber on the bit of creep that is available there. It blew my mind. Absolutely made me, nearly made me orgasm. Mostly because I was playing Zerg at the time as well. At the moment though, these times, especially if there's a Zealot there as well, I'm not quite sure how worth it is anymore. Considering that these, you know what, the delay of it isn't going to be that much more. You are investing more money into this as well, right? I guess the drone is already, it's not dead actually. Wow, that drone got out alive. That's crazy. Okay, well, okay. That just happened. Adept getting chased down by those Zerglings here. Nice cancel. Stargates. Different tech choice here from Zan. He is quite capable of making good use of those oracles as well. Oh my god, 1 HP. Just barely being able to save that creep tumor. Looks like the adept one shot did go onto the queen here. And that's a bit unfortunate. So the creep tumor does stay alive. Would have been a nice pick-off, a nice start again here for Zaun. You know what, so far I don't think he's doing too badly. Making it kind of look like the regular adept opening here. Well, excuse me. Anyway, 2 adepts, yeah, being scattered by that overlord, so he's not going to be able to really see the Stargate. He does see the Phoenix now, I suppose. Phoenix trying to get rid of overlord, so he cannot see where that oracle is coming from, I suppose. But this is still a little bit of an indicator that we are going to have to get those spore crawlers online pretty darn soon. True. True's not responding to this just yet. Maybe it's this because he did see that Phoenix first. He does have a little bit of extra time, and he doesn't have that much more time. What in the what? Yo. I don't know. I don't know what that is. Never seen one of those before. So fleet beacon. I need to Google. Let me Google this, guys. Let me try and figure it out. It turns out that it is a fleet beacon. If you build it in the early parts of the game, it tends to not do as well. Why are the spore crawlers this late? This is me scratching my head, trying to figure out why those spore crawlers are this late. I mean, he only lost 2 workers though, to be fair. Not losing too much. Second Stargate actually on the way here as well. Is he gonna go for carriers? Oh my god, it's carriers. Oh boy, Zaun is just... He's just rocking the boat right now. How do you call this? He's just messing with True. I don't think he's taking it seriously. Oh, he loses the Oracle. Suddenly there was a spore crawler. True didn't have much to do with it, but he is going to go for a Spire here now. Huh. Not the most common response to a Oracle opening. Guess it does help out a little bit. Also moving across the map here with a whole lot of lings. He does have 66 workers, already a pretty reasonable economy. He's getting another base. But in the end, I mean, these Zerglings, you know, they are going to get maybe some work done. I don't think they should have gotten some work done, but waiting for that speed upgrade here. But because there are carriers right now on the map, it becomes a whole lot easier. Now, True kind of accidentally, in a way, made the counter for what Zaun is doing here with the Spire. Only now figuring out that it is in fact those carriers. And he already has the Spire, so he can start producing the Corruptors here very quickly to try and counter this amount of links as well. You know what? This early on, I'm not quite sure what he's planning to do with these. Now, losing quite a couple of them as well. True, not feeling as crisp as he is normally feeling like. Alright, that's a good amount of Corruptors. But it might be too many. We need to be careful. If you make too many of them, the ground forces of the Protoss are still gonna overwhelm you, of course. As those Corruptors are not capable of dealing with anything else. 14 Corruptors on the way right now. And that should be plenty to try and get some work done here. Circlings once again moving backwards. This base, it looks like that is still in quite a bit of trouble. The 2 queens trying to come and save it. In come the Corruptors here, finally trying to get some work done. Okay, the Zerglings nibbling here, not getting any work done. Did he lose both? No, okay, he lost one. He lost one of the carriers here. Still one available. And now here we see a massive transition coming out from Sound, adding in those, most likely, well, there's going to be Archons with the charge upgrade here. Archons should do amazing against the army composition of True right now. And True, yeah, I think he's overcommitting a little bit here on those Corruptors. I mean, he is still jumping on top of these carriers, but right now, afterwards, I mean, you have 18 Corruptors and the +1. You don't have much else to do with these bad boys. Maybe just goop on some buildings here and there, but other than that, not too much. Alright, well, I mean, transitioning into Mutalisk, I like that, actually. This kind of gives the Corruptors something to do as well, as now they can be the protectors of those Mutalisk. Now, Phoenix is usually the answer to those Mutas, but of course with these amounts of Corruptors already available, probably not the best of choices. That's right, I wanted to call this one out as well, but Sound adding in more pylons here isn't going to lose that one. Can you corrupt rocks as well? Can you use the Corruptor ability on rocks? Destructible debris. I'm not sure, actually. Right, in he comes. Gooping all over that Nexus. This might go down. Some of those Corruptors not helping out. They are dying, a couple of them, but this is definitely worth it. Losing a couple of them. Very well played so far. Now needs to be careful of those Archons. He's jumping on top of them. Right, he does have the numbers to take it out. Does he have the numbers to get more damage dealt, though? I mean, those Mutalisks did come as a bit of a surprise here. We need to see something coming through from Zaun here. More Archons, definitely a good response, but was it a little bit too little? Was it a little bit too late? As the Mutalisk once again getting on top of those Archons here and are going to be able to just take them out one by one. And the Corruptor takes down the War Prism as well. This is looking very solid now for True. He's found himself in a wonderful position here, using the air army and the air dominance of those Corruptors. For a moment, I was worried that he did overproduce those Corruptors, but definitely now, kind of forcing Zaun in his very awkward position, where the best thing he can do is making those Archons, and True has just been able to poke away at those every single time, and GG is called. True taking game number 3 here. Game number 4 is on the way, guys. Do I ever lie to you? No, sir, I do not. No, sir. That is not what I do. Not what I do at all, ever. I'm always right. That's why I'm a good caster. Alright, that means we are heading into... Let me try to figure out what the map was. Which is... Scrolling up here. Oh, right, Golden Wall. That's right. Afterwards, Purity. So it would be lovely if we get another True win here. And then we're gonna get a Purity and Industry map as well to be played upon. Now, we're gonna have to wait and see what Sound, of course, is gonna be able to get done in this sense. Well, I mean, if it does just beat True straight up here, on the one side I'd be happy because he is a fellow Alpha Xer, and I would love to see him in the finals versus Dynamite. Which kind of feel like one of those MVP Cup finals that were supposed to happen, but kind of didn't ever happen for Alpha X because of the overall difference in time in which these players were available for the team. Okay. Okay, both players are up and ready to roar. Guys, it's looking like it's a good day for StarCraft 2. It's a good signs on the horizons. We've disemboweled the frog and his intestines came out positives. Positive. That's what they did, right? In ancient times, they disemboweled animals to try and figure out how the intestines would fall, and then they would be like reading the patterns and stuff like that, trying to figure out. Alright, it looks like, you know what? That's what Zan was doing initially with True, and then True suddenly was like, wait, hold up. Those are my intestines! And striking back now, finally. Managing to get that hand into a fist. In the bottom left side on the map, there is a blue Zerg fighting for Psystorm Gaming. He is True. In the bottom right side, there is the red Protoss. He's none other than the Alpha Xer Zaun. It's a weird face you put in there, Bibs. Bibs, how's your Korean? Can't you just try and moderate these Koreans for us? You're in the army, right? You should know multiple languages. Ooh, immediate gold base here. It does get scouted, though. And once again, alright, there is a probe. Look at that. Zaun is being aware right now. Doesn't want to get hatchery blocked again, but he... Ooh, okay, almost lets that drunk walk by here. And does manage to get that block, so... Wonderful job there by Zaun, adjusting a little bit here after that happening quite a lot of times now. And, well, Drew doing something else instead. Just going to take the gas. He stole a gas here. That is very unfortunate for Zaun. It can cause quite a bit of a disturbance here. You chose the wrong region. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. You fool. Anyway. Weren't the military called out of Korea anyway by Trump, I think, right? Weren't they? Were they? I know there was like this patch of Americans just continuously sitting on the border, or kind of near the border, so that whenever North Korea tries to invade South, then immediately they would start a war with America as well, right? Because America would immediately be involved, as they already have military situated there. Oh, he lets the extractor finish as well. I am. True. Heartless. Cold-hearted. Alright. Anyway. Robotics facility. Stalker. Adapt. Bam. Procasting. Right here. Yeah, the adapt. Oh, nice block there on the, ooh. Does still manage to become a spore crawler though there for a moment. Maybe not necessary anymore as the adapt did shade away, but still pretty cool. Still pretty cool there, the block. Initially. Unfortunately, the adapt did shade away, so I couldn't take the opportunity there. That's a dead overlord. Ooh, that's a dead adapter. A dead. Ah, word jokes. They are so funny when I make them specifically. Alright, well, this could be a problem area here. A point of contention. We do have quite a good amount of links. This is actually a quantity of links that I'm not used to see, right? It's usually you would get like 6 is kind of the maximum. We have 2 extra sets of links here, and they're not getting too much done. And that is 2 drones that could have been created. That are now not being created whatsoever. Ooh, boy. Oh, I love this. Shading in. They're making the pylon. Unfortunately, the adapt still dies, but you know what? Still keeps those links out of here. Is trying to nibble at those front structures. Those 2 stalkers now on the other side, making life difficult for the drones here. I'm gonna cause mining to be disrupted. What can you really do as True for this to keep going? He's gonna have to make a spine crawler here. That's crazy, actually. You don't see this very often. Well, that's probably because you don't see people taking the gold base that often. And now I guess I'm kind of seeing why that is the case, especially as the Zerg. You don't have that much in the early game, right? Brodel's very easy to grab that wall prism. Terran, very common to have those siege tanks, medevacs, stuff like this, and that can kind of contest this area over here. But for True right now, this is a lot of difficulty. And that base is already on half HP. He does have Roaches and Ravages now on the way, so he might be able to start really putting on the pressure here. Try to just kind of remedy this situation a little bit. Ooh, losing the queen there. Bit of miss micro. More stalkers coming in here. That hatchery is getting lower and lower. Oh my dear lord. Okay, yeah, he cannot afford to lose this one. Definitely, that's a big no-no. Another Ravager does get targeted down. Great micro so far from Zaun, dodging and weaving those Ravager biles. Just barely staying out of the overall. Oh my dear lord, he gets it. Staying out of the range of those roaches there quite nicely, and that is a dead base indeed. True, back on 2 bases now. Let's take a look what Zaun is planning to do after this one. More gateways being added in. I think we're just going to see a big attack coming through with those Immortals and Sentries. As this base, that is a lot of production, of course. Hatcheries not only providing income, but also production for a Zerg. Especially the Queen also, that did get gunned down there quite a while ago. This might become very difficult for True to start holding off here. He is losing drones left, right, and center as well now. And Zaun, he's found himself in an absolutely amazing spot here in this game. True, torn between trying to remake his economy or now just trying to make some sort of a force to go for a counter-attack or perhaps to hold off a potential attack that is coming in. We are seeing roaches on the menu so far. Our production tab pretty lit up with Ravagers and roaches, so maybe that's a bit unfortunate, a lucky turn of events for him. Now he is making the right call, trying to make those units because that's what he needs to stay alive here. But is he ever going to be able to get enough out in time? And I'm not quite sure if he is. This base is once again going to get killed off here. True, he does have a good amount of those Ravagers, but look at those Immortals. That's 4 Immortals with a Warp Prism ready to start juggling. And True committing to a fight here that he has no real reason to do so. I'm a bit perplexed that he is actually trying to get on top of this ramp here. Very unusual call. Should have just tried to stay over here. After having lost that golden base already, right, there's no reason to commit for that fight. Over here, it's a lot easier for him to use those biles, and you know what, that would have been his last final attempt, and now he just doesn't have the stuff. He doesn't have anything really remaining that can combat the Protoss army, and that is going to be it. Guys, this is going to be the final moment for True in this tournament. Very unfortunate, but Zaun is taking this one 3-1. GG is called. And the Alpha X player takes on the Code as qualified Zerg here. With a clean, almost clean sweep fashion. Very well done. Alright, that means that True and also Super both got kicked out here. Now, Dynamite versus Zaun, a very cool finals, honestly. One that I was secretly kind of hoping for to see. Two of my favorite Korean players, as they both are affiliated with Alpha X, if not in the past, right now. Alright, alright. Here we go, guys. Let's take a look at what is going to be happening. Let's add Dynamite as a friend. Why not? Why not? Okay. Alrighty dighty. We have our finals set up and decided which players are going to be joining us here. Guys, let me do another shout out here. I mean, it is important for us to get these get this set up and going. It is, of course, Red Bull. We all know that it gives you wings, but you know what it also does? It organizes great tournaments, and well, this tournament right here is for Age of Empires 2. If all of you lovely StarCraft 2 folks would... Oh god, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one. That's the... Okay, that's the right one. There we go. Red Bull organizing a Age of Empires 2 tournament to Red Bull Wololo qualifier. Second round is going to be happening later on today or tomorrow, depending on your region. There's still a couple of spots that you can, try to get into. And, yeah, I mean, it's 20,000 bucks on the line here. The overall main event will start Thursday on the 30th of April, with the finals being on Sunday, May 3rd. Enter now for a chance to play against the top 8 players from Hidden Cup number 3 and snatch a chunk of that lovely, lovely prize pool, the 20k sitting just there, ripe for the taking, guys. Why not just give it a shot, try your best in this Red Bull Wololo qualifier number 2, and who knows, you might be able to do extremely well. I mean, StarCraft 2 players, they do in every game, but strategy games in particularly, right? That's right. So go sign up for that one. and test your metal against potentially the top 8 players from that Hidden Cup number 3. And also check out that sponsor quest, of course, on our events page to get more details. Also, I'll link this in the chat again. You can go check it out. I'm not sure how much of it can be translated into Korean, but hopefully it will be able to for you fellas. I think over here you have the well, maybe you know some of those other languages. Anyway, yeah, go check out the Red Bull Wololo Age of Empires 2 tournament. Where do we see the prize pool? Is there a way for us to see the prize pool here? Is it over here? Information. I don't know. Anyway, go check it out, guys. Go check it out. They deserve a good amount of attention, right? They're sponsoring us. For God's sake. For Pete's sake. They're trying the best. Anyway, we also have the Metrorino, actually. I should have just kind of kept on this screen here for a moment. The Metrorino page, guys. Go check it out. For all of you Americans out there, you have a special opportunity to add a full buckaroonie to the prize pool here just by texting Gamer2 to this number over here, 876642. And afterwards, you gotta type stop as well to the same number if you don't want to be added into their promotional thingamajig. But up until that point, it's a free another buck to the prize pool. And as long as you do this step number 2 as well, hey, it's not gonna follow you around for the rest of your life. Anyway, there's some other quests here as well that you can participate with. Go check it out and see if you can get some more money on that prize pool. Now, of course, there is, the replay pack as well. $5, and you will be getting all the replays of all the days, all 3 days, all the games. Everything that was played today, everything that was played on Monday, and everything that was played last... Was it Friday or was it Wednesday? It's hard to say. I think it was Friday. Anyway, go check it out, guys, if you want to have some lovely, lovely replays to analyze. If you're running short on those, definitely go check it out. There's also a casting tip jar there. If you feel like I did a reasonable job, then you know what? A buck a show is all I ask for. That is all I require to keep doing this. Right, anyway. Let's take a look. Okay, Zen, they've already done their vetoes here. They are talking a lot. I'm gonna have to type this into the chat over here. Give me a second, guys. Let me just write down all the maps that they have picked. So I'm going to be able to refer back to it without having to scroll up and down all this time. Because they are chatting a lot over now. Over in the Chatteruno. Alright, so after Zen we have Simu. Then we have Everdream. Afterwards, Nightshade. Afterwards, Golden Wall. Afterwards, Eternal Empire. And finally, game number 7. Let's hope we get that Purity. Whoa, okay. Well, that out of the way. Okay. These guys seem pretty good friends. Actually, they're chatting a lot of emotes in the chat right there. Guys, are you ready? It's finally the finals we have coming up here. It's none other than Zaun and Dynamite. Two of my favorite Korean players to watch and see. I really hope that these boys bring it up to the higher parts of the GSL or something like that at some point in their future careers, because you know what, they definitely deserve it. Very nice fellas, very cool to talk to. In the top right side, fighting for Alpha X, he's the Blue Protoss, he is Zaun. In the bottom left side, the Red Terran. He is, at the moment, teamless. And he is Dynamite. Of course, his previous team did have one of those team owners that kind of ran away with most of the prize money. I'm not sure if it's the prize money, but with the salary for the players. And they definitely got themselves in a little bit, you know what, potential trouble there. Trying to make ends meet here. So, you know what, definitely would be amazing to see Dynamite take a victory here. On the other side, Zaun, he's my team member, so I guess I should cheer for him as well. Running across the map here with a probe. Is this going to be a sneaky probe, though? Alright, I don't think so. He's checking for proxies himself. And just gonna go for a little bit of poking on that barracks. Isn't gonna do too much, though. Very standard openings from both these players. That's a good sign, guys. That is definitely a good sign. No full-on aggression right from the get-go here. These players are committed to bringing us some lovely, lovely StarCraft 2. Oh, nice block there with that SCV, actually. Not sure if that was extremely on purpose, but definitely causing that probe there not to get any real damage on that SCV and going uncontested so far. Actually, that probe is now absolutely terrified. PTSD for trying to get attacking that SCV there. Not gonna try that one again. Cybernetic score has finished up. Now, Zaun, what is going to be his strategy here in PvT? I've definitely seen more PvZ from Zaun rather than PvT. But I feel like I say that every single time when he does play it, and I forget what he actually did in those PvTs, because the PvZs just feel a whole lot more memorable for me. Okay, probes, nice micro there, pulling away the weakened ones, although he loses one of them. More than you want to have happen, of course. Okay, well, that Reaper should die here with the Shade coming in from the other side. Oh, no, actually. Nice maneuvering. Is this still an open pathway, though? Adept. Adept, he's not giving up. Never give up. Never surrender. Okay, yeah, that's a very good call. The Shade coming in again, hidden from behind. Emblemo does manage to take that one down. Another probe did fall. I believe the probe that was over here is trying to get a rescout off on this base, I think. Yeah, looks like it. Zaun regularly dismantles innovations, so... Alright, well... That sounds terrifying. That does sound terrifying. I've not seen Zaun versus innovation that much. But if you say so, I am very willing to believe this, as Zaun is just a very scary Protoss at the moment. Capable of taking games off of pretty much anyone at any time. Ooh, a single Hellion on this probe line. It does get surrounded, though. Oh, my dear lord. What a clutch. What a clutch there from Zaun. Lovely stuff. Widowmine drop is going to be the follow-up here for Dynamite. I mean, Dynamite is a completely different animal than Innovation is as well, of course. Innovation, a lot more established, probably a little bit better overall in a lot of senses of the word, right? Very solid macro, probably the best Terran macro player that there is at the moment. But against Protoss, he does always go for very early aggression, is what I've noticed. In an interview I've once had with him, he also mentioned that he doesn't like to play late game versus Protoss. Now, Dynamite, I'm not so sure. I think he is feeling okay kind of in the later parts of PvT. As we saw him playing against Super just earlier, I guess he did go for 2 proxy racks. 2 triple proxy racks, to be fair as well. To be precise, but he did play a late game there as well. Anyway, yeah, I think Dynamite feels a little bit more comfortable going into late game here rather than Innovation. That might just be hearsay. And I mean, we are seeing a timing attack being constructed here by Dynamite, but hey, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You gotta say something as a caster, right? Damn straight you do. Alright, anyway. Anyway. Another extractor or a refinery coming up. Extended thermal lance. That's a lot of phoenixes. How many phoenixes so far? 4 actually. Did we lose any of those? Either no. Okay, just sticking to 4. I think 4 is a good number. It's still a little bit of an investment, but it allows you to get the scouting done. It allows you to do a little bit of harassment here and there, right? You still one-shot those SCVs. Whenever you pick them up, you just can't pick up too many at the same time. But also, it kind of provides a certain amount of security against these Terran pushes, right? Because you're still going to have a very significant ground force capable of kind of dealing with this amount of Marines, right? As we see, how many Colossus? Okay, one singular at the moment. But then again, this is only Marine. This is pure Marine coming in right now. So even just a single one with proper micro might be able to do quite a bit here. The medeffects went backwards. Wants to repair those. This is an interesting little maneuver here. Are these Phoenixes really just solely on their own keeping Dynamite back here? It definitely seems to be the case. And now, I mean, it's going to be way too late to really go across the map here. He is adding in a third base as well, to be fair. But definitely taking some damage here himself too. An attempt to do a drop. Those Phoenixes already on the prowl though. Be very unfortunate if they do manage to run into the medevac, but you know what, solid decision making. Oh, actually, there's an observer here. He spotted it. He's coming after it now. Oh boy. Oh boy, Dynamite isn't fully aware. Now that, of course, did get spotted out already, and now once again these Phoenixes. Actually, I don't think he did spot it, actually. Nothing here to really defend against this. There are the Marines. Where is the reinforcements? We need to see a recall or warp in, anything here. Both happening at the same time. One Stalker does get killed off. The Phoenix is now coming in. They're having to lift up those units, but at the same time there is a big push on the front lawn of Zaun here. Dynamite managing to pick off 11 workers there. That is already very, very proper damage. And in he comes again, stimming here, maybe a little bit too quickly, trying to get rid of those Phoenixes, but Zaun quick on the retreat button as well. Not gonna take too much damage there. Factory flying around here. That is certainly interesting. Scouting factories, don't see those very often anymore. Ooh, a very quick Ghost Academy, I think. You know, this is very cool from Dynamite. It's not something I see all that often. Usually, you do still keep making things out of that factory, right? Either whether it be siege tanks, whether it be Widow Mines, anything to keep adding in that AoE damage. Instead, Dynamite just adding in the Ghost Academy a whole lot earlier, with that added gas that he has by not producing anything from that factory here. And that might help him out here. Also, of course, this is allowing him to have a double starport instead. Very cool stuff. A War Prism is coming in though at the same time, that factory. I'm not sure if that's going to be able to spot this one. Observers everywhere, man. Zaun is just aware completely of what is happening so far. Makes life difficult for Dynamite here. He is aware that there is no fourth base though. So as always... Oh, did they get too close? No, they didn't. There was another Widow Mine that went off here. It's a blink away there from Zaun. Not getting any damage done. War Prism is still waiting as well. Concussive Shell about to finish up, as well as the shockwaves. Enhanced shockwaves. Charge also though about to be ready here. Let's take a look at the other upgrades. +1/+1 versus +1. And +2/+2 on the way here. As only the +1 armor about to finish up here for Zaun. Looks pretty good, honestly. I think Dynamite can definitely start pulling this one through to the later parts of the games. But I think he's definitely overcommitting on these Vikings here. I don't think he's really fully realized that there are disruptors being mixed in this composition now as well. And he needs to start making those Liberators instead of Vikings. Yeah, how many does he have? He has 11 Vikings with more on the way. It's still one more. So 13 Vikings. That is not a lucky number, is it? 13 Vikings. That is going to be too much, I feel like. Maybe with the enhanced shockwaves coming in against this amount of Archons, maybe that's going to be enough here. Okay, this is Marines see that there's a base coming up. I don't think it did. Another War Prism here. Is that the same War Prism? It may have died here in the bottom right side. I may have missed that one. Nicely picked off there. +2, getting closer and closer to finishing up. Alright, now we have those Liberators in production. I would love to see the range upgrade from them as well being mixed in here. Sound not having any Storm though, right? He doesn't have any High Templar. All he has are those Archons. I really do like the way the Archons are spread out here, making it more difficult for the EMPs to really land right on top of them. But still, it's a very dangerous situation here for him to try and engage here. Needs to use those Disruptors to zone away the army. Keep poking with those Colossi at the same time, of course. And now it's going to become even more difficult with those Liberators being added in here as well. Both these players just kind of posturing on the map. Neither of them fully wanting to go for the engagement here. It looks like, ooh, just barely getting a pretty reasonable shot there. I mean, every Disruptor shot that manages to get a connection is pretty darn good value. Why is Dynamite trying to force himself down this ramp? I'm not completely sure. Those Disruptor shots absolutely massive in this situation. The Colossi are going to go down, but at the same time, at what cost? Pretty much most of the army of Dynamites now absolutely destroyed. And this is going to give the opportunity for Zaun to start marching up here and claim this high ground. Definitely a little bit of a whiff there from Dynamite, I'd say, trying to force himself up this ramp. 3 Adepts coming into that natural base as well. Gonna start knocking down those SCVs. And +3 armor is gonna get cancelled here. More Disruptor shots zoning out Dynamite's forces here. The Ghost Academy as well, also getting sniped here. And that is, you know, this one engagement for Dynamite costing him more so and more so now. And that, kids, is why you never try to run down a ramp with Disruptors on the other side. I think we are getting pretty close to a GG here, unless if we have the best engagement we've ever seen in a lifetime. But there it is, GG is called. And yeah, that was a bit of a weird one, I have to say. I definitely feel like you know what, Dynamite kind of missing the ball there. Not figuring out that he just couldn't go down that ramp. Very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Anyway, that's gonna put the score 1-0 here for Zaun, of course. Maybe, who knows? Maybe Dynamite just wants things to be exciting for us, right? He's like, we've been just waiting here for so long now. And we should have some action. And even if that means I'm gonna have to go down the ramp here, I'm gonna give these viewers some action to see and to watch. Alright, guys, remember, we have the Red Bull tournament. If you wanna go play some Age of Empires with some professional players potentially, and try to get some prize money, 20,000 bucks on the line there. You could get yourself a nice chunk of that. All you gotta do is sign up for the Age of Empires tournament, and yeah, let Red Bull carry you to victory. Alright, anyway, also, of course, the Matcherino is still a thing here. We would love for you to help us out with that one. Go buy the replay pack and stuff like that. Alright, guys, here we go. Game number 2. 1 point on the board for this one in the top left side. Hello, Young. It's not his name. I'm just saying hello to Young. 1109. I'm saying it wrong probably, but I'm trying. All right. I'm trying. I'm doing my best here, guys. He's the blue Protoss. He is a Zaun. Fighting full Alpha X. In the bottom right, it's the red Terran. He's got a cheeky SCV moving across the map right now. He's teamless. He is Dynamite. Okay. Certainly interesting. He might just be going for the Nexus block here, and that's exactly what he's doing. Engineering bay coming on down. Probe, a very quick probe actually from Zaun. Already moving down, trying to figure out if he needs to be here. And does stop that engineering bay from getting too much HP, right? Around half HP is going to allow that Nexus to go up a whole lot quicker. It's going to have to force out a Zealot now as well, though, of course. As we are seeing the probe doing a little bit of the same thing here on the other side of the map. Ooh, yeah. He gets a kill, actually. Holy moly, he gets the kill. Was not expecting that. I'm sorry, guys. I would not have looked away if I knew that was coming. Dynamite, in the end, still manages to get that command center down earlier than the Nexus. And that's the real challenge here, right? That's the goal of things. Was it worth it in the end? Maybe a little bit. Just kind of throwing off all the timings here. Falls down. Could still be a very nice thing to have occur, of course. And he is throwing down a factory as well. Gonna have to wait and see. There's no... oh wait, there is Reaper. Oh my god, the Reaper didn't see the probe here. It did get away. Just a smidge of health remaining on that one. Tapped gonna pick up the job, of course, the opportunity here for that probe. It's gonna take the scouting position. So Reaper comes in as well at the same time. Isn't gonna get a delay on the building here, but isn't gonna get inside either, right? Doesn't get the full scout here. And Scan Shades having the lowest amount of vision pretty much in the game, except for maybe burrowed circlings or something like that. Which is amazing that they can see anything really once they're burrowed. Right. Blink being constructed. And this is looking like a Banshee play from Dynamite here, perhaps. With that Tackler being that close to that starport. And there it is. Alright, Hellion and Reaper once again coming in here. You know what, I'm kind of questioning this single Hellion play. I love Hellions, don't get me wrong, I think they are absolutely amazing, but I think you need more than one really to get some damage done. I guess he is getting a full scout though, that's fair. Okay, he didn't get the full scout, did he? Nope. Nope, he did not. Alright, so. That kind of puts him in the dark here. Trying to commit to probes a little bit too long for a scout. And, you know what, having too few Hellions to really start committing to probes there, so. Definitely feel like that was a bit of a prioritization error, perhaps. Or maybe, you know what, he thought he could get away with it, of course. You know what, sometimes trying to get both things done isn't as good as just doing one thing very well. Now the Raven is gonna start doing some harassment of his own. Blink has finished up though, so he needs to be very careful with that Raven. One slight misstep, and that's a whole bunch of gas down the toilet. Yes, the Raven. Oh my dear lord. Oh boy. Oh boy. Well, that's the end of that one. How did that forge get depowered? How did that forge get depowered? Does he have a warp? How did that forge get depowered? Did he... Did he kill one of his own pylons? I might need to watch the replay for that one. You can buy the replay pack, by the way, in the Metrorino page, so go check that out if you want to. So a whole lot of gateways on the way here as well, guys, by the way. There's no other attack on the way at all. I feel like we're going to be seeing a big all-in attack here pretty soon from Zaun. With this amount of gateways, and you know what, with these forces now in those medevacs going across the map, that might not be the best of times to do so. There is already a pylon being warped in here at that top. And yeah, we're going to be seeing a whole lot of aggression coming down the woodworks here pretty darn soon from Zaun, I would imagine. He's still making probes, but I think he might be stopping that production right now. With those gateways finishing up here. Oh, finding the pylon here, that's pretty big. Needs to be careful though, those Blink Stalkers, they can definitely trade very well against these Marines here, and the Marines in trouble. In a lot of trouble. The Marauders coming in. The big mama Marauders. Wanting to protect their baby Marines. 2 Widow Mines in the medevac. You know what? That might actually work out. Oh god, never mind. I got too hyped. It happens sometimes. It happens sometimes. So yeah, Zaun might want to consider going into some sort of attack anyway, right? It's not looking like he's finding a lot of work on the other side of the map. He doesn't have that pylon down. He doesn't have a warp prism just yet. Okay, he's making a warp prism. What's the plan here? What is the plan here? Overall, nice little pick off there once more. Dynamite really not finding a lot of damage so far with his drop play and his harassment. And I'm not sure if he's completely aware that this gateway force is coming down towards the Gallow Tree. Marine, and here are the 2 Widow Mines. Coming on through. Oh my god, I was seeing this as well on the other side. The 2 armies both missing one another. Looks like only now Dynamite is away. He's going to try to run backwards, stimming absolutely everything. He cannot go up this ramp. Zaun is aware. He's going to force field all of this army here. Can he get the force field down? Yes, he can. That is a little bit unfortunate here for Dynamite. I say a little bit. That is very unfortunate here for Dynamite. And that's another GG. He was not prepared for that one whatsoever. Zaun getting a wonderful position there up on the ramp, and yeah, not much else you can do at that time anymore. Dynamite losing 20 workers very quickly, and yeah, that was unfortunate. It took him already for a while already. He was attempting to do damage there with all sorts of harassment tools. He had the Raven, he had the drops going around the Widow Mines, but really, I don't think he honestly got a single probe that was worth his investment. Maybe he got like a single probe at some point, but I mean, he tried way too hard to get that to work. Alright, both these players are ready once again. Good. Let's see what they can bring to the table. And game number 3, Zaun is definitely looking very dominant so far. Dynamite, just not really finding the early game damage here. I would love to see him going for some sort of a Hellion harassment in the early part of the game. I think that's going to be something that works out a little bit better for him, right? I mean, we are seeing the early aggression, but not that much. And he's going in for like with 1 Hellion at a time with the Reaper, stuff like this. But it doesn't really find any damage whatsoever. Anyway, in the top right side, there is the blue Protoss fighting for Alpha X. He is the up-and-coming Zaun. I say up. He's pretty established right now, isn't he? He's starting to get more and more established as he's taking on names as like Sue and Innovation apparently as well regularly. Anyway, in the bottom left side, the red Terran player fighting for nobody but himself. We'd love to see him take some games here as well. He is Dynamite. So, one of the more up-and-coming Terran players. He has been around for a really long time, but never really managed to get himself established on the scene as much, right, as all the other Terrans. I mean, there's certain tiers of Terrans, right? There's the Horsemen, first of all, foremost. And then you have those other Terrans that are kind of on the edge of becoming a Horseman, just barely, not really there. And then you have the Terrans that are, you know what, just pretty darn good, but not really considered as Horsemen. I think that Dynamite is one of those players. Unfortunately for him, but you know what? Every time I do see him, sometimes it does feel like he, you know what, is getting closer and closer to potentially grabbing himself one of those seats and becoming one of the top-notch Terrans in Korea. I mean, he is still one of those Terran players that is very capable of just handling all sorts of foreigners, right? I've seen him play in the whatchamacallit, the MVP Cups. Definitely quite capable of handling most of those players, no matter what the time of day is. No matter how much sleep he's had. The probe did get locked in there. Reaper gets that kill. Let's take a look at the factory. We'll have to wait and see what that is going to be producing here. Both players gonna aim for the economy game here. So far, it looks like even the safety bunker getting constructed here by Dynamite. Reaper giving himself away a little bit here. Adept still going across the map here. There is a second Adept about to be ready. There he is. But you know what? That's still one probe kill. Maybe a second one on the way here. Alright, not going to be the case. Reaper is in a bit of trouble now as well. Actually needs to get the heck out of there. Oh, he stops for a moment. That might be his undoing. Especially with that shade. Hold on his heels. Trying to get off the cliff here just in the nick of time. Oh, just not barely enough. Supply depots have to get lifted up here into the bunker. You go, my friend. To safety that way. Okay, now, things stabilizing a little bit here. It does look like Dynamite is just doing the same build as we saw before. There's the tac lab once again next to the starport. I would imagine we're seeing the Raven again, right? I mean, we haven't seen Banshee play from Dynamite since... Well, I guess he played it in the first match, in the first series versus Super. He managed to do some... Oh, there it is. Alright, well, excuse me. We need to stop making assumptions, I guess. Alright, well, there is a Banshee play on the way, but unfortunately for Dynamite, there is a robotics facility being constructed as well as Blink coming up here. And that versus these Banshees is not going to be the greatest. A very quick third base though. That's important as well. So you're not banking that much anymore on those Banshees doing the damage here. But I mean, this is just very unfortunate. Getting the full scout here by Zaun. Seeing the third base. Seeing the cloak being researched. And that has got to put a little bit of a jaw on the ground here for Dynamite. As now... yeah, Zaun is just completely in the known. He absolutely doesn't need to figure out much more. He knows he can get that third base himself rather comfortably here on position. And all he has to do is start prepping for those Banshees. He's got observers now. Or a observer. He's got a observer now. He's making more. He's going to make Stalkers and he should be absolutely fine against what Dynamite is planning to throw at him. Second Banshee about to pop. And most likely we will see Dynamite trying to make his move here. And this map still facilitates a little bit of dead space here and there, right? Over here particularly. But you still need to get there, which is extremely difficult to do against those Blink Stalkers. Especially if there's already spotting pylons absolutely everywhere. Ready to see where those Banshees are going towards. Just slap them down and out of the air. Transitioning into something else here is Dynamite. He's keeping those Banshees secrets and safe for now. Scan sees that there's no probes whatsoever here. It's very unfortunate, isn't it? Would have loved to get some kills there, but Zaun playing it safe so far. Not overspreading his probes here. Giving an opportunity for Dynamite to kill some of them. Just playing it safe. Again, we're seeing a big bloom of gateways that are about to pop here. A lot of them are ready in this sense. Okay, there are the probes actually. A little bit too quick with moving them over perhaps. Or, well, not quick enough with those Stalkers to come over. Ooh, that was low. Close to dying there. Very close to dying here. One Banshee retreats, the other one still around. He's looking for it. He wants it. It's trying to get out of there. There's no observer here. If he cloaks again, he should be okay. But, oh my... this might just not be the day for Dynamite. Although, you know what? Fortune favors the bold. There it is. And Dynamite apparently is bold today. Trying to be a foreigner, trying to misunderstand English sayings here, just for the jokes. I don't know if anyone really picks up on that. Anyway, Templar Archives now being constructed as well as the what is armory? Okay, a little bit slow, so it's going to take him a moment before the +2/+2 can start, which is about to be ready. See if he does get some damage on, though. With this push, he does have 2 Banshees, 2 Siege Tanks as well. Only one of them moving around on the map now. Those a couple of Stalkers are going to be able to pick off these 2 Medevacs, though, it seems. Boosting away, but the blink is too quick. The blink of an eye losing quite a bit. I'm not quite sure if you want to turn around here. Dynamite, I don't think that's worth it. Although he does get 2 of those Stalkers. He's going to get 3 of them. I don't think so. This is very awkward, moving back here. I mean, it's not like he's gonna be able to lose too much more anyway. Banshee as well here. Oh, getting gunned down. There is another Banshee, but very unfortunate. Now, 4 High Templar in this War Prism. Another Banshee biting the dust here. Where's the Observer? There he is. Yep, that's a dead Banshee. And Dynamite has moved backwards. Again, he's putting this Ghost Academy very far forwards. I'm kind of wondering what that is about. Could it be that he just likes to showcase his opponents that, look, you better be careful, I'm getting Ghost. You better stop making those Archons and High Templar. It might be. It might be. Anyway, is that only now a second forge here for Zaun? Yes, it is. He's only got the +1 attack as well, so his forces, his gateway forces in particular, shouldn't do all that great against the DPS that the Terran army can output here. Especially these bio forces, of course, now with +1. Thought he almost had +2 ready, but he doesn't just yet. And on shockwaves as well, on the way right now. And a 4th base for Zan has been put down on the ground. We're still just kind of getting ready to get some work done. Okay. Again, this posturing from these 2 players is just it's very meticulous. Neither of them want to fully commit to a fight. They don't know for sure that they can win. Although, you know what, with Dynamite, you never know for certain. He might just be just on the cusp of running in everything anyway. Bit of a Zealot run by is going to be able to get targeted down and dealt with by those reinforcing units. The Ghost getting absolutely obliterated by those High Templar. None of them remaining anymore. The Widowmine's not getting the greatest connections either, so Dynamite has to move backwards as he's losing quite a lot of his money here. Oh my dear Lord, that's a lot of work is going down due to those Zealot run-bys here. And yeah, that's why you might want to try to block off those pathways with those buildings. Try to make it more difficult for those Zealots really to fight, but if you don't have any units there to fight in between those choke points, and that is kind of what happens here. Disruptors now also getting constructed. It looks like a great storm is about to be taking place here. Lovely micro so far from Zaun. A 4th base as well being constructed by Dynamite into a planetary fortress, but one Zealot is wailing away at it. It looks like Zaun wants to try and jump on that opportunity to take that one down. I think he might definitely be in the situation he's going to be able to do so, but at the same time, Dynamite feeling the need to go for a base trade here, I suppose. Is this the right call? Yeah, well, let's hope so for him. This reinforcement is going to be able to kill off those Zealots right here. More Zealots into that base, though, at the same time. Disruptor shot absolutely massive. Great connection there from that bad boy. More units on this side as well, of course. You need to get on top of these Robo. There is a Dark Shrine on the way as well. At the same time, he falls down, being able to whittle away at this Terran army. What is still remaining? Are there still Disruptors out on the field? Okay, the Disruptors are gone. Let's just take a look at this one, actually. We might as well. Now, this base should die. There is still a base over here. Does Dynamite know about it? No, he does not. You might think he's a little bit further ahead than he is right now. And after getting himself what seems to be like a 2-base versus 1 base, he might feel very comfortable. But then again, he still doesn't know about the 3rd base. Or the 4th base. Well, the 3rd base, yeah. No, the 2nd base. I don't know. I lost count. Alright, guys. Casting is difficult. Counting is more difficult, though. Especially when you're hungry. Anyway, yeah, this is a big deal, actually, for Zaun. Having this base still available. He should be mining gas, though. That's a big deal for not mining gas right now, as the Protoss. You want to be making those high value units, those Archons. Definitely going to help you out in this situation here. Now, Dynamite did have another base available. It is an orbital over here. It did fly back. Looks like he didn't lose it. Needs to have a scan on his army, though. Does he? Did he notice? Is he still not? Okay, he's just waiting. He doesn't have a scan available. 3 more Dark Templar here, though. This is brilliant. This is brilliant by Zaun. He's going to force out so many scans right now. I would love to see the link for the DT being added in as well. 2 Zealots coming in from the bottom right one more time here. Are going to find a very exposed mineral field. As Zaun, it might be underneath a little bit of pressure. There is 99 army supply versus 56 actually, so this could be a very good opportunity for Dynamite to come in here. Needs to watch out for those storms. That is just basically it. Right, storms are gone, are they? Okay, yeah, they are. Now, Zaun in a lot of trouble. Those, oh my god, the Immortals being so efficient against those Marauders, though. And somehow, someway, 18 army supply being able to hold off against 61 army supply. Yeah, that is ridiculous. I guess most of it is still on the other side of the map, but still. And a lot of it is in those medevacs. It's 9 medevacs. Just do the maths on that yourself. Scanning one more time here. Needs to make sure to keep the pressure on. He wants to try and push this advantage as much as possible. Looks like there was a little bit of a drop there as well. Did get dealt with by those Dark Templar. The Dark Templar are gaining so much value at the moment. Medevacs, there's more Medevacs than there's bio units right now. Dynamite, again, you know what, just barely not getting a good enough trade here to really push through this base here. Now, with the reinforcements, though, might be able to finally get what he needs. And there it is, GG is called. Dynamite finally taking a game of his own with a, you know what, a base trade that I wasn't sure he should be taking, but he proved me wrong. Definitely proved me wrong. Was able to get that one very nicely. Alright, guys, that is game number 3. Finally, something going in favor for Dynamite here, and that's gonna hopefully slow down the momentum of Zaun here for Dynamite. And all those Dynamite fans out there, of course. Alright. I believe Nightshade is our next map here. We're going to be hosting that one up right now. And see what they can get done. I'm pretty sure Nightshade is a map picked by Zaun here, I would imagine. Alright. Alright. Go, go, Sugo. Alright, I think let's go. I think there might be a go sign from Dynamite. Go, go. Alright. Yeah, everything is set. Okay. Guys, game number 4. It looks like we finally have a series on our hands here. Between these bad boys. These youngsters trying to duke it out, honestly. Doing quite well so far. Giving us some wonderful matches. Both these players having to go through a large portion of other StarCraft players. Oh boy, this is rough. For some reason, okay, I need to. Okay, whew, it's fixed. Okay, let me just do the scores and I'll bring you guys in here. There we go. There we go. We got it. then let me get this set up again. Okay, so in the bottom right side, there is a blue Protoss. He is from Alpha X. He is Zone. In the top right. Top left. There's a red Terran. He's teamless right now, only fighting for himself. He is Dynamite. I remember there was a saying about base raiding against Terran. Zaunfen, Senti, Koret. Well, yeah, I think you're right. But then again, I think that kind of changed with the recall being introduced, right? I think recall changed that entire setup. And I guess Terran's army, I mean, they still pack a very mean punch. But I think Zaun just kind of losing that natural base there was the final ticket. And not being able to push through the natural base of Dynamite there either. Right? He didn't kill off any of those command centers. And I think that was definitely the final ticket that Dynamite needed to put the bow on the prize of the match there. Oh dear. SCV in trouble. Probe going for it. Okay, it's getting repaired. It's a shame. He was so close. I might still be able to get some harassment done on that SCV below. No, he's going to go for it. Is waiting for that Reaper to come out close and now moving out of here. Alright, some Korean text right now being produced. Korean symbols. They said the same thing here, didn't they? Look at that. Look at that. I can almost read. Moving away with that probe to the top right. We haven't seen that many max specs builds from Zaun so far. This kind of gives me the idea that he feels just very comfortable against Terran overall as well, right? These players, I'm pretty sure they are pretty good friends here. Twilight Council, Taco choice. Reaper did scout it. Coming in again for the rescout. Sees it one more time. There you go. All you need to know. Well, now wants to get the hell out of there. Not lose this one. Don't lose those precious Reapers. Widowmine drop. Alright. Widowmine drop going to be the next one. And oh, it's a bit of a lag spike here. Oh, Pearl. Let me try to get observers chat. Right. Just messaging her a little bit. Back to the game. Back to the game at hand. Blink will be constructed here. Sound being able to utilize that Blink play quite well so far up in for today. Let's see if he will be able to do it one more time here. He's mostly defensive with it though, right? Blink is one of those upgrades that can be utilized either way. It can be used offensively in the early parts of the game. It can be used defensively in the early parts of the game. And it works pretty darn well in both scenarios. Now, Hallucinated Phoenix is a little bit lucky, right? That's a little bit fortunate. Flies right into the pathing there of that medevac. So, Zaun, there we go. Immediately sending those units here into the natural base. Let's see, burrowing that first Widowmine here. More Widowmines into the main base, not really getting much done though, unfortunately. Lifts one of them up, so he's going to be able to replant that one somewhere else. Blink not ready yet, otherwise this would have been already dealt with. Trying to hide. Maybe if I just put it here, he won't see it. He might not notice. And there is the gateway explosion. 4 more gateways immediately thrown down into the mix here. There's one Widowmine just lurking in the shadows. I'll be able to get a good connection there on that Stalker, and there it is. Lovely stuff. Medevac is still waiting around as well. I'm pretty sure he was just waiting for those Stalkers to try and hunt him down. That's a pretty good one. That's a good call, actually. That was cool to see. Ooh, a Raven, once again, full dynamite being created. This time around, not going to go for the harassment with it. It's just going to keep it around. And I love this, honestly. Raven's such an incredibly strong tool for the Terrans. And always a great way to, first of all, make sure that you do not get scouted too easily. And also, of course, just overall, the interference matrix. Absolutely wonderful against so many Protoss things, right? Even if there's no Colossi or War Prisms to use it upon, Immortal's still very useful to use it against, right? Just in the entire Immortal, that's so much money invested into that, and immediately it just can't do anything anymore. It's like an insta-kill button, but it will come back. It's like a banishment for a short period of time. Really is like banish, isn't it, in a way? But then they can still... Yeah, I guess that is actually how it works in Warcraft 3 as well. Okay, in comes the entirety of the army. Stim, not ready just yet. That's a very big deal. Anti-armor missile hitting right here. Also, of course, not to be mistaken for a weak ability. Very potent here. Gonna be able to make those zealots, you know, so much easier to deal with. Is this still gonna be enough, though, for Mr. Dynamite? He's getting himself in a little bit of trouble, I feel like. The base did manage to get out of there. 12 workers did fall, though. And the Immortal there as well. Overall, does Dynamite still have the goods that he needs to hold on here? I'm not quite sure. He needs to probably pull some SCVs. Oh dear. Unburrowing the Widowmines. That is a big deal. Force Field's kind of working in favor for... Oh my god, the Raven taking out by the Widowmines there. Very unfortunate. Yeah, that army supply for Dynamite, it's still quite strong here. But Zaun is climbing up further and further. I guess that army supply is mostly in those medevacts that are empty on energy right now. And even with the SCVs, this is looking to be a nice victory here for Zaun. And if not, well, then it's going to be a very easily set up game here for him to take home at the later parts. As, you know what, about 30 workers are going to go down here. If not more. Another blink forward, getting that Widowmine there. And, yeah, Dynamite, I mean, I admire his endurance here for taking punishments. I think he may have to call this one a day. I think he may have to call this one quits. As he is on his, you know what, fourth game here between Zaun and him. And there it is, GG. Zaun taking game number 4. Yeah, Zaun had that one for a while there, honestly, guys. So I'm sorry I couldn't get too excited anymore. Dynamite, you know what, a valiant effort, trying to stay alive, trying to stay in there, just not working out, unfortunately. Now, we do still have, let me see, we had Nightshade, now we're going on to Golden Wall, game number 5. Zaun is on match point. I was just gonna ask whether or not they were still lagging here in the end. I don't think they were. All right. They're saying it's fine. All right, that's the most important thing, right? As long as they aren't having those lags. Wait, what happens? Oh, right. I didn't put myself there. Let's get him back in here. Okay. I almost played sound there. I don't think that would have worked out in favor for Dynamite. Okay, here we go, guys. Game number 5. Match points for Mr. Zaun here. Can he finish it off? Can he bring himself to one more victory and then get himself a nice little bit of prize money here? Gotta fix my shirt. Needs to be straightened out. Looked like my hair was just on like this or something. I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, I should stop trying to be weird. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Anyway. Game number 5, guys. Right here in front of our noses. It's the blue Protoss. Fighting for Alpha X. He is Zaun. Match points established for him. One more game and it's all his. And this guy right here needs to win 3 games in a row. As quite a tall mountain to climb. Can he do it? Give it up for the red Terran player. He is Dynamite. With a barracks. And a gateway. I don't know. Alright. Well, then. Okay. Probe coming across the map here. Again, I do believe this is just a scouting probe. Nothing too fancy or out of the ordinary. Trying to put SCVs on the gas here for... Come on. Yeah, practice my... I'm a slow player, as you can see. Anyway, a lot better with doing it with Terran. Anyway, what am I wanting to say here? Looks like a regular macro game, alright? There you go. You have been explained. Down comes that command center. Another supply depot being thrown at the top of that wall. Not blocking anything in this time around, but still pretty good, pretty reasonable. Reaper chasing down that probe. Feels like he knows which kind of way it went. Can't find it though, unfortunately. Once again, the probe does escape here. Providing an opportunity for later on. Get another scout going. Get himself a proxy pylon for warping in and stuff like that. This Reaper now on the prowl is going to get inside the main base. He's going to be able to get a pretty good scout here. Sees the Stargate. And once again, might be able to get a probe kill here. Might be able to get a probe kill or 2. Oh, misclicking there. Okay, he might not be getting... Okay, there we go. That's 1. Come on. Come... Oh. 2. I knew it. Called it. You're welcome. You're welcome, viewers. What would you do without me? Oh, he wants to save the Marine, but that is not the way to do it. Now on top of that... Okay, well, apparently it was the way to do it. Huh. I guess he just didn't want to lose the Adept here. I mean, as soon as the Adept does commit over towards the supply depot, that's going to get lifted. And he's going to lose it for sure. Right, he will get that 1 Marine, but what else will he be able to get? I don't know exactly. It's probably not too much here. Okay, nice targets immediately on top of that Marine that is low HP. Good spreading with those Adepts as well. Not taking any AoE damage from that Hellion. Dynamite now trying to chase it down. Moving across the map again with this little dune buggy of scouting. Trying to get stuff sorted out. Gateway, robotics facility. And Phoenixes. Alright, alright. I mean, we've seen Zaun being quite potent with those Phoenixes. Normally you would expect the ground forces of a Terran player to then be able to do some sort of a counterattack on the ground. Previously though, we saw, you know what, Dynamite not really being able to achieve this. He's going to go for a 3rd command center. This also could be a good thing actually. in the overall battle against those Phoenixes. I mean, Phoenixes, yes, they can kill workers rather nicely. They can't kill that much else, right? Can't kill that much else. Now, on the one hand, I'm enjoying how Dynamite is playing this. He's kind of stepping away from trying to do the Widowmine drops and stuff like that, right? As every single time it's just been, oh my god, it's been crushed by Zaun. And, yeah, so just kind of going more so full that macro game might be the right call here. Gonna have to wait and see if that is, of course, going to be the case. As we are seeing Zaun also not really putting down a third base for a while here. Might be going for some sort of a bit of a pressure as well himself. Phoenixes managing to get a kill there on the Viking. Getting a kill on that Cyclone as well, perhaps. No, okay, the Marines do come in to save here, but that might provide an opportunity for the triple adept Hydra. How do you call this again? The triumphant of adepts here coming in. Oh, not getting the final shot there on that other SCV, but there we go. That's a good amount of damage. 5 SCVs killed off there with just a small handful of units that really had no business finding that amount of damage. Another lock-on and another escape with those Phoenixes out of range. Out of sight, out of mind. The depths coming in again as well at the same time here. Killing off more workers. 4 of them again gonna go down here. That's getting ridiculous. 10 workers killed so far. I mean, that third base is nice and all, but if you're losing 10 workers, it's not really worth having that third base this quickly. Right, third base for Zaun has been created. Spotted by Dynamite's Viking here. The Viking, well, it's not going to be able to do too much here unless, you know, it's waiting for those probes to make the transfer. I mean, it does 2-shot probes, so might be able to get some damage done here. Then again, the probes are going to be able to run away quite easily too. And there it is, coming in from the shadows, he lurks. And the Phoenix is there, yeah. Alright, well, let's not watch the death of that Viking there, shall we? We all know it's gonna happen, we don't need to see it. Dynamite with his back to the wall now. Definitely feels like he has to try and come up with something, anything really, to try and force another game out of Zaun here, but oof. How are you gonna be able to get this done? The gold base is a very nice thing, of course, but the Phoenixes are a little bit nicer. And very capable of just dishing out a good punch here. 5 more workers falling. As 15 workers dead so far. Look at the efficiency so far from Zaun. That is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Also 2 Colossi already on the field here. This little batch of bio isn't going to be able to get anything done. A 3rd Colossi already. Yeah, this is oof. This is an oof. How can you make a comeback here as Dynamite? You need to have like great solid Widowmine connections, drops, anything, multi-pronged harassments, you name it, baby. It's gonna be necessary here for Dynamite to make anything happen. Cannot afford to lose too many of these bioforces either at the same time. Needs to be careful. Stalker blinking. Oh, not blink. He doesn't have blink yet. Did he think he had blink? Was he trying to time that as he was about to have blink here? That's kind of funny. Okay, well, those 5 Phoenixes. This is really a great number for Zaun. Every time when I do see Protoss going for Phoenixes against Terran, they are so tempted to make too many of them. And that's when those ground forces, they just absolutely overwhelm those Phoenixes. And what we're seeing from Zaun is, when he does use them, he goes up to like 4 for a moment. He does add a 5th one later on, but he waits a little bit, I believe. And then he gets himself more ground forces. And well, guys, I think we might be coming close to an end here. Dynamite, do you have anything in store for us here to try and hold on? I'm not sure if you're capable. You might have to sacrifice this base here. You might have to just evacuate. He's not doing that though. He's gonna try to commit here. The Vikings are in a lot of trouble. They are, you know what, just shooting the Phoenixes right now as those Colossi are wailing away at the Bioforces. Dynamite's army supply absolutely just disseminated. And, well, that's going to be it, guys. That's going to be it. Zaun taking the game number 4. And he's going to be our champion here today. 4-1 versus Dynamite. What a player. What a guy. Absolutely wonderful stuff there. Being able to quite comfortably, it seems like, taking game number 4. Well, actually 5, of course, of Zaun there. Thanks for games. GG's. GG's all around there. Zaun, what a guy, what a player. Absolutely lovely to see him win this one. Unfortunate for Dynamite, of course. Also another player that I would love to see win some more stuff now and again. But definitely a worthy show from him. Guys, I'm going to do one more shout out to Red Bull because they do deserve it. After all, they are hosting an Age of Empires 2 tournament. And I would love to see Red Bull investing more into overall RTS games, right? It would be amazing. I mean, I know they've picked up Raynor and stuff like that, but I mean, it would be lovely to have them get into more stuff. Anyway, if you take a look over here, Red Bull, it's a Age of Empires 2 tournament with 20,000 euro prize pool. That is quite a lot of money, let me tell you. That is, whew, man, it makes me sweat a little bit. It gives me the watery mouth feeling. And, well, there's still a few registration slots open. As you can see, 223 registrations out of 256. It would be great to see a couple of you guys trying your luck at this one as well. Who knows, you might come into play against some of the pros, but you might be, you know, fortunate enough to play against some other people that are just kind of testing their luck here. Just trying it out, and you might get yourself a nice chunk of that 20,000 euro prize pool. The main event starts on Thursday, the 30th, with the finals on Sunday. The deadline for this event, though, right, this second qualifier is today. So you want to sign up right now if you want to try and commit to this. And you're going to be able to play today as well. Or maybe tomorrow, depending on your time zone, perhaps. For me, it's like 12 a.m. So that's basically tomorrow, right? Or is that? I don't know. Anyway, it's 25th of April, 12 a.m. So there you go. Yeah, so go check it out, guys. And thanks to Red Bull for helping out. Check their sponsor quest on our events page to get more details. And don't forget to subscribe to their Twitch channel as well, which is, well, twitch.tv/Red Bull. Go check them out, guys. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. All right. Yeah, so the prize is going to be distributed between these players. We still have the Matcherino page as well, guys, of course. As the quick final shout out, this is what you got to do. Text gamer to this number if you do live in the US of A. And that's going to give another $1 to this prize pool. Which always is nice, of course, for all of these players and us to see this working out a little bit, and we might get more sponsors like this, right? Anyway, also the replay pack, it's an easier way to just add $5 as well to the prize pool immediately. It does cost you 5, but in return you do get all 3 days worth of replays. Definitely worth it. Go check it out, guys. Another thing about this, if you do text gamer2 to this number, first of all, very much appreciate it, but also, of course, don't forget to text stop afterwards, right? So yeah, you don't get bothered too much. All right? All right. Good, good. With that out of the way, I hope you all had a good time. I hope you all enjoyed yourself with these games right here. We did start a little bit earlier. I hope none of you really got too confused by that and missed some of the stuff that you wanted to see. Anyway, we'll be back later on at some point, I'm pretty sure. Right now, I'm gonna go get myself some food. And so I can start thinking again, basically. That's what it comes down to. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Very much appreciate it. You got some lovely faces. See you later. Bye-bye.